Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets, onto my feet. Another cup of coffee and me, that's what I need. My eyes puffy, I can't see. I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Ay, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's sated. I feel hated, I feel hatred. I'm lost deep in my mind that I've created. I have dreams where my life is devastated. Feel so real that I wake up shaking. Need thicker skin cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they got a lie. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh.
Hey guys, well, guess what? I just want you to know that I have a full panel of ladies with me tonight, and I am adding them to the stage one by one. I am very rusty at this. It's been at least 4 months, so everyone is unmuted that I believe, and we're all here. So we have Finny, Joni, Kimmy, Mona, and Queen. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Yay.
Yay. We're excited.
Yes.
Yes,
Excited. And we're going to rotate out, you guys, so that because I want Feta to be able to come in, anybody else, so we'll jump in and out.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to say hi to Simone's girl, Pickleball girl, Lady Boy Zero. Them lips get me. And I'm trying to see who else. Marianne, Crafting, Ida, Arlene, my girl, Chatty. Sally is here as well, and I have Sally as a mod, just to let you know.
Hey, Sally.
Good.
All right.
So now the reason for the live was I have a feeling, and this might be me thinking because I had mentioned that I was going to do a live if Jerry made a live and talk silly.
Hmm.
And it's just funny. I don't know. She ate a peanut wrong. Something about her throat.
I ate a peanut wrong too.
She ate a peanut wrong, or the universe wasn't vibing with her, something to that effect.
Oh yeah. So, and then Jim. I mean, I give him credit. He did a live, and his live was so much calmer, so much nicer. The dog wasn't as hyper. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Much better behaved.
The connection was good.
Can you stand it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not far from where he goes in the evening from the kitchen. And she did ask if they were live as well in the beginning. I don't know if anyone caught that.
Yeah.
Was she kind of yelling out of the bedroom?
That was only one
she said,
yell.
"Are you
Only one
live?"
yell.
Yeah, Sally said, "Are you live?" And they said yes. So.
Yeah, and that was the only yell. To her
I
credit,
think Sally scared her.
Yeah,
And,
Sally's
and I don't think she barged into the chat, did she? I don't know.
No.
to her credit. You're right,
Yeah,
Queen.
I'll give her credit. She didn't. Yeah,
Oh,
because I
well,
was
I
having
mean,
my hair did.
you can give her credit, but I say it was on purpose,
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I
She's a
think she wanted to
coward.
be heard. At one point, I thought she was going to join the live because something about the dog, and they thought that she was coming. If anyone remembers that,
I
recalls
remember
it.
that. Yes, I was like, oh God, here we go.
mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was going to come, and
Stomped into the room.
I'm Team Sally,
Hmm.
100%,
We
Yep,
all
me
are.
too.
and
Amen.
I'm here to support Sally. And hey, Angie and Betty Boo. I think that Sally deserves happiness.
Yep.
She is in her golden years.
Mhm.
And it's time for them to learn how to take care of themselves.
Yep.
And
Yep.
what really when Lisa came into Joni's live, it was fantastic.
It was wonderful.
It was
Yes, it
beautiful.
was.
And she was not but honest,
Yes.
honest and open. She's hurt.
Hmm.
And it's sad to watch that there's someone controlling everybody's emotions, yet she's not a narcissist.
Hmm. Yeah.
And Mono, you have thoughts about the narcissism real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Playbook.
I just thought we'd come on and talk about that. And I think it's great that, Sally is looking for her own place. And these are my thoughts and opinions as far as um, Jim. I don't think he's totally realistic with it yet. I think he has doubts. I think that Jerry's putting those doubts in his head. And what I have to say to you, Jerry Ann Henson, I'm sure you're out there listening. I have no doubt in my mind. I invite you to this chat. I tagged you here. You're more than welcome to come on and join the panel, and we could have an adult conversation. No yelling, no screaming, just questions as you're in somebody's home and you take up the majority of the home with all your things. Your craft room could have been cleaned out over a year ago. You could have made your life easier. You could have made everybody happy, but you chose to do things your way. And I want to know, how's that working out for you, Jerry?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So I really wish you would join. So, what did you ladies think of Jim's live?
Anybody? I thought it was really interesting. Some of the points he tried to bring up, and Sally had an answer for.
Yes.
I
Love that.
thought that was excellent.
Yes.
It was,
You
I
know,
agree.
basically the kind of the thoughts that they're having about what they're going to do with this whole situation, and he was kind of bringing them up one at a time of well, we're thinking about this house and we're going to try and look into these houses and they can be affordable and that kind of thing, and maybe mom will co-sign for us, and that wasn't an option. And so
No.
I'm really, really happy to hear that's not going to be an option. They're going to have to find out for themselves what it's like to actually do some adulting.
And what I
Yeah.
asked them, I said, my advice is to, because they found another house to look, that they thought they might look at, and they might even be able to get people to rent it and all that. And that sounds good. That does sound good, but you still have to be able to qualify for the mortgage to be the owners of the house to rent it out. And nowadays, you guys, it can be hard to even get an apartment the way they look at your credit and that kind of thing. Jerry does have a few things going for her as far as that diagnosis is terrible to have. I get it, but it
yeah.
sounds like people say that can help her get expedited on Section 8. But
Yes.
what I said to Sally was, I really think that they need to go to the bank and apply. They need to just find out for themselves how they need a reality check. And And that way they won't blame Sally. They won't blame anyone. They won't blame us. They won't blame the world. They'll get to see for themselves that, okay, look, you have to have an excellent credit score. You have to have, most of the time a down payment. I mean, there's lots of things that go into getting a home. It is not as simple as Sally agreeing to co-sign. And thank goodness she said she's not going to.
Out
Right.
here.
Joni, don't you think this is going to be a culture shock for them?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big one.
they've never done it.
But you guys, if she were to sign for them, and thank goodness Sally knows better than do that, she would still be chained to Jerry. It would be just another form of being.
Oh no, that would be a terrible
manipulated.
misstep.
Thank goodness she knows better than to do that. Sally's a smart cookie. She's clever. She's smart, and she knows what she's doing.
But
Yeah.
Did you ever see that you would see this day, though?
the co-signer has to have assets in order to be a co-signer. If she sells that house, then there's nothing that they can attach. So I doubt she would qualify as a co-signer.
And
So
I
the-
don't
think
see
she
them
would.
giving a loan to somebody with stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's
No.
gonna.
And
They're
they
not
need
supposed to consider stuff like that, but
I think
they
their
need to
best
wake
bet
up.
is to go to
because-
Section 8.
They're only going to
yes,
get a
definitely.
1-bedroom. They're not going to get a 2-bedroom.
No,
Yeah.
No,
They will
No.
not qualify for a 2-bedroom.
those are for
they
people
don't
with
need
children.
Correct. So Jerry, see, and that's what's bothering Jerry. She
Want to
wants a
downsize.
house. She wants room so she could take all her things with her. That can't happen. Now is the time to
No.
pull up your big girl panties and face
she
reality.
doesn't wear any.
Oh
Well,
my God.
They're lost.
The Jim's teeth, maybe.
They're in that couch somewhere.
Jerry
You
is
know-
expecting money from the sale of the
It-
house
I-
because
no.
Jim is the only child, Arlene.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
And-
that's
Have
not her
handout.
house.
Yeah, it's
Now-
not her house. And here's the deal, Jerry. What you should be handed when you try to ask for some of that money, because I think you will. I
Oh
hope
yeah.
I hope you get handed a bill, which Sally is so sweet, but you should be handed a bill for that 30,000 in
Mhm.
damage
Yes.
to the house.
Well, what about this 12,000? That's
Well,
gonna-
yeah.
not
That's a
gonna-
judgment.
That's not her fault. That's
And
not
they
her
have
problem.
debt
That's not
Oh,
her
no,
consolidation.
no,
fault.
no, no.
too.
It's not Sally's fault. No.
No.
No,
No, what I'm
just
saying is that's Jim. That's all Jim.
Yes.
You don't know what happened.
Thank
She don't
you.
know who did that.
They
Yeah.
also have debt consolidation, which is also a huge red flag. I had a friend who was in a finance business. They see
And-
debt consolidation, red flag, toss it.
You
Right.
you can't take care of the house you have now. Why are you looking at a duplex to rent? Can you imagine
No
being a
way.
landlord or having
No.
landlord?
And you guys, here's the deal. I know like 6 or 7 people who have done that. And one of them is my brother-in-law. And y'all, he had big dreams about becoming a landlord and all that. And he bought like 2 or 3 homes to rent out. It was a nightmare for everyone that I
Yeah.
know who's done it. It was an absolute nightmare. The houses were trashed. I mean, not one of the houses, all of the homes. These people were, and I
Yes.
mean, all 6, I know 6, it might be 7, 6 people that I know of for sure. It was a disaster. Only one of them, of the 6 that I know for sure did this, had a kind of good experience. And still 2 of them he had to kick out. He had to go through the whole eviction process. And by kind of good experience, I'm gauging that by he didn't have to go to court. He didn't have to.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't trashed. I mean, one of them, y'all, I can't even say what they did to my brother-in-law, one of his rental homes. It was horrible.
Out here, you have to have a certificate of occupancy in order to rent it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty strict. They have an inspector come and check.
But there's my brother-in-law, this was back some years ago when that was becoming really popular. There were people who would sell that idea to you, get yourself some really low-priced
Oh,
rental
no, that's a terrible idea.
out.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the clientele that moved in, they didn't care if they were trashing the home. He had an air conditioner stolen.
No, they don't care.
He had
No, they don't care. And what are you going to do? You can go after them and get what?
get what exactly?
Yeah.
was a nightmare. And y'all, they never had any free time because they were always dealing with stuff at the house. That would drive Jim over
Well,
the
he's
edge.
already being driven nuts with this house here
Yeah.
in Rolla.
Mhm.
Be better if they get an apartment and take the stress of
Right.
dealing with a house off
Smaller
his
place.
shoulders
Well, and
because nobody else is doing it.
No.
and Jim's going to have to realize she has stage 4 cancer, which she does. She's going to only get worse.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
going to start getting incontinent.
Yeah.
He's going to have to step up and
And
Ugh.
where's this home health aid that was supposed to start at
yeah.
school time? Remember when school started, there was going to be another home health aid.
Oh,
The
really?
unicorn probably took off with it.
The unicorn probably mowed the lawn.
The unicorn
I
did mow the
saw that
lawn.
unicorn going up that lawn.
Oh God, that's funny.
But Jerry Ann Henson, you could apply for Section 8. You will be put at the top of the list because you do have stage
Yeah.
4 cancer. You're above a woman and a child.
Mhm.
Right.
A
Yeah.
single woman and a child, because of your cancer, you could get it so quickly.
Mhm.
And
Diane checked this,
I called.
Terry.
Still,
She
it's a big
called.
deal.
And you can
Instead
keep that dog if you say it's a
A
support dog.
support, right, and the doctor would just need
Maybe.
to sign
That poor
sign
dog.
that it is a support dog.
Yep.
It
Maybe.
emotional support dog because it's not trained. So it has to be emotional for like anxiety, depression, you know what I'm saying? And with
Yeah.
stage 4,
We
they
had to let
can't
one in
discriminate.
the emergency room the other night. A
But I'm
dog. It was a pit
But
bull in our
really.
emergency room. Yeah.
Really?
but
Wow.
that
And
that
Wow.
they
proves right
said,
there.
Because
but it
that's
had to have. They had to have certification. Like they had to
actual
show it,
papers.
Oh.
and they did. This guy had a card in his wallet.
And
Okay.
doctors will do that for them for an
Yeah,
emotional support dog.
but they're not going to let them come in our emergency room unless there's a piece of paper because it's got to be, cleared of rabies and when they have to protect
Sure.
everyone that's in the emergency room.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
hate that
crazy.
Jim missed that opportunity for that being a guard at that
I
company.
know.
Did a great job for him.
Well,
I'm
if he can find his teeth, there's tons of jobs at Dollar General in Rolla. I looked it up.
Well, there's a couple
He
of
looks so
things
much better with teeth.
I want to say about Jim. I've been talking about his mouth and him having Medicaid for some time now, and about how an infection runs through your blood. I'd be tired too. There's
Hmm.
definitely
Right.
infection in his mouth.
Yes.
And then it was odd that he said he had a job at night, but he like fell asleep. Well, isn't he the night owl that likes to stay up late but doesn't like to get up early? I mean, it's your cake and eating it too. And not that I'm picking on Jim, but Jerry has made him. I I just see her
I
being.
don't believe Medicaid pays for any dental.
I think they do.
They
They
do.
pay for a little, but it's not a whole lot.
It's kind of
They
probably like ours where it's like a certain amount a
You can
they
year.
only
pay
get
for
like
dentures. They
Yeah, I
pay
don't
for
think they pay
dentures.
for any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess it
They
depends on what state you're in too. I don't
Y'all,
know.
Yes.
seriously, did she really hide his teeth or is that a joke? I know we joke, but did
no,
she
Well,
she
he
really?
did
probably really
have some
did.
teeth.
he did. He had like a plate, but I
Well,
think
he-
Yeah,
because
and he
he
looked good.
lost
He
so
just
many
said it
more
didn't.
teeth, I don't think it would
yeah.
fit him.
Well, yeah, that's true because he would have to. But y'all, the mouth starts to change. You start
Well,
to lose.
you can get them relined.
Yeah,
You
but
can.
Yeah.
as you start to lose bone and stuff, even with what I mean, he would need to go get them redone.
Yeah, they
So
Yes.
reline them.
But
yeah,
this right here shows just exactly how much of a sick person she is.
Hmm.
She
Instead of
scheduled
giving
another
up and
appointment
go,
on the day he goes.
I know, but like she, instead of going and getting a Section 8 house, which we know would be the next step in a
Hmm.
normal person's
They'll
mind.
have. They'll have to.
But no, she's trying to talk him into going and looking at a house. How is he
Hmm.
going to pay for a house when she dies?
She
Right.
don't care. She'll
And
be
not.
gone.
Exactly.
And
That's what I'm
not
saying.
only
She don't
that,
care.
the yard work, maintenance.
He
I mean, the
doesn't
yard.
need all that extra pressure on him. He
No.
can't do it at this
Hell,
house.
I want to go to one now myself, and I'm only 53,
You're
54. Hell, I don't even
you're
know how old I am.
39. We saw your
29. Well,
eyebrows.
Grandma lie about it.
Oh.
But I mean, really, I mean, like, how does she honestly expect him to take care of all that mess when something
Well,
doesn't
happens to
care.
her?
it won't be. That's the
She don't
thing. It
care.
won't be. And without
But
Sally's,
we're the problem. We are the
well,
problem.
yeah, but
That's
without
Mhm.
Sally paying for like the lawn guy, because she does that currently,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
they won't have the money to do that, and he won't be out there doing it. Eventually, the city's going to get called on them, and they're going to get fined for that.
they're
Right.
gonna
So
be
they
on
need to go
hoarders.
into an apartment where somebody takes
Yeah,
care. And you know what? It's got to be an apartment because if they rent a house, you're responsible when you rent a house for the yard
Right.
work,
yeah,
shoveling, all that.
And
yeah,
here, I mean, she'll have to get renter's insurance.
Mhm.
right.
Well, these are all
So that
things they're
probably
going to
won't.
need to learn to deal with, and
I just don't see
Yeah,
it happening.
but there are organizations, like we've been putting stuff into a folder for Sally, different links, and you guys have been so helpful finding different things that could be helpful for her, that she can look into, and we can pass some of those. She can pass some of those on to Jim. But I think a big thing is going to be staying on top of them with dates, letting them know, like we discussed the other night. Wasn't that on a live, or was that just amongst ourselves that,
no, it was on the live.
okay, yeah, where they need to see dates so that they know that instead of talking, we got to get to doing, so that they know that, okay, this is the date. This stuff's not going to
A
do it.
deadline.
Yeah.
A
And did
deadline.
you guys pick up on where, okay, so Jim said he filed for Social Security disability quite some time ago. He was doing it on the computer.
Mm.
Yet when he talked to Sally, he said he needs to go to the office to file. Which
Oh
is
my Christ.
which is it?
It's
Did
whatever
he
Jerry
not
tells
do
me it
it
is.
because Jerry didn't help him?
Well, he might have gotten a notice back that they want some documentation or something like that,
They
and
might
he
want him
just
to come in and
doesn't.
talk to him too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's true. But I mean,
Well,
but he doesn't know how to do stuff like upload any documents or whatever to be able to do it online. He might not know how.
Oh,
right.
I mean,
boy.
I'm sure she does. I
Sure
And,
mean,
she
and, and
does.
he
She
will
knows how
have
to
to be
fill out a credit
seen,
application online. We know
not
We
that.
to
know
mention,
that.
Oh, she's got that on copy and paste.
Yeah.
and he will have to be
Hmm.
seen by one of their physicians. So whatever the doctors supply for him as far as documentations, he will have to go see theirs to see, okay, well, how disabled is he?
right.
Yeah. Sure. They have
Well,
their own doctors.
pretty
Right.
Yeah.
intensive. And then another thing they make you do, or what they make you do in Georgia, is they make you have someone close to you fill out something.
Yeah.
And they have to testify to these things. And it can be someone related to you. They ask that it not be, at least in Georgia, if I remember right, that it not be my husband, but it needs to be somebody who knows you pretty well and who
But
can
right,
testify
but
to
not
your
that.
function, but
But
not your.
don't live with them.
Yeah, I think that's what it
Right.
was, Kim. And so my dad did it. I asked, I said, is he too close or whatever? And, because he's a good person for me that was able to say, okay, here's what I've witnessed. And my dad was honest. He didn't say she's an invalid. He said she still does this, she still does that. And if that
Right.
gets me disqualified, then fine. We're not going to fraud the state. It
Right.
is, I either get it or I don't. But I guess, part of the not having somebody living with you is they need somebody who is close but isn't someone that, might be tempted. I don't know. You guys, I've never done it before, but it's like 4 pages of paperwork.
Wow.
And they ask you everything. I mean, they're like, how, it's not just how has this affected you, but it's like, can you tell us what you do in a day? They want to know what Jim does in a day. I guarantee you that
If
question
they
is
see
not
his wife and see him pushing her up that ramp, and I think it was Feta that got that clip, I'm
Oh, that's a
telling
good
you,
one.
that could have injured his back right there.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Does,
That
it,
was,
does anybody wonder if there was ever any cards taken out in Sally's name that she don't know about?
I have
I've
feared
asked
for a
Sally
while.
about that.
Ooh.
Gosh, I
Oh,
hope
that'd be
not.
awful.
I
It
have
would be awful. If I was her,
No.
what's the name of that credit
I
thing
don't put
you
it
use?
past her though.
That's what I.
Credit
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 Karma?
Karma.
Is that
Yeah.
what you
So Credit
use?
Karma is free. Yes, it's
Yeah.
free. It's totally
If
safe.
I was her, I would run myself through there and check and make sure there's no surprises.
Shoot,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
actually, I
terrible.
think you're entitled to one free report from each
Yeah.
of the
For you.
majors.
yes, you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can go to freeannualcreditreport.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
if you on your whoever you bank with on their website, sometimes they let you do it.
Yeah. You can check your credit score all the time.
They
Yeah.
do that.
true.
Yeah, because we do that.
Yeah.
Just
But
make
if
sure everything's nothing, no surprises from somewhere.
and I
Right.
can hear now. Now remember, Mom, you let me do that. Remember,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
got on there
Forgot.
Well, remember that's how she bought her first Temu order?
that
Timu.
we
And
that
then
we
tried
never
to say
She
saw.
it was the
Yeah.
used her dang credit
influencer.
card.
Right. Yeah. She tried
Yeah.
to pass it off as an influencer. Oh, yeah. Well, which
No.
she never even showed the haul.
Right.
No.
Because Jim wouldn't help
Oh,
her.
no. That's not
Yeah.
how that works. I'm sorry. That's not how it works.
Right.
It was because Jim didn't help her. She blamed it on him again.
Yeah. Everything's Jim's fault.
Jim wouldn't help her give the dog a shower or something. Like, what
Yeah,
are
she
you
ordered some kind
She
talking
of
wouldn't
about?
can't even give herself a shower.
you
She gonna
ordered
worry
some
about
kind
that
of bathing
dog?
toy or something, or
I'm
and they were
sorry.
supposed to demonstrate how it works, but Jim
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Well, you
No,
know
you
you
don't
got
have to
that little vest
demonstrate
I'm
there.
it.
worried about taking a shower before I give my dog one.
BS. You don't have to demonstrate anything. You do like what I do. You just show it.
And
Yeah.
Simone's girl said, did she ever buy the microphones that people
No,
donated money for?
Nope.
No.
She
no,
kept
but
them
she should have
home.
spent that money.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Kat. But yeah, she always, I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't have money to do this, and that, but she'll have new pajamas on, or she'll have a Dave and Sissy deal, or something else. Well, Jerry Ann, also you can get free phone service. Bring your own phone, bring your phone number. You don't have to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you could get a free apartment with Section 8.
Oh, it
Well,
would
not
be
completely
probably,
free, but very, very
Yeah,
income based, where like
right.
they'd only pay maybe a couple $100s a month.
Yeah,
it's
if that.
what it's like 30% from what I looked up. It's like 30%. So 30% of her income, $980.
It's like
Okay.
300 bucks.
Well, and they would have to just figure in any YouTube income, which is minimal at this
There's
point.
none.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be what she wants, but we're beyond that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah.
I mean, this is where a reality check comes in, where both of you guys are going to have to learn wanting and being able to get are two very different things. Everybody has things they'd like to have, but that's not reality. You know, no parent is going to live forever, and it's just not
No.
realistic to keep bleeding them dry. It's very offensive to people for you to say that you guys can afford $500 on a house. Then why haven't you been paying that to Sally all along?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that money been for Sally? Talk about disrespectful. I mean, and then when
Right.
you were going to get that Salem Roadhouse, you were going to, let me get this, you were going to charge her rent. And then you had the audacity to say
And
to
she wanted to know what the problem was with that, or
and
was
then
it
she's
Jim that
like,
said
well,
it?
what the
You
hell
know, it
is
was her. What is the problem with that? What's the problem with that? What do you mean? What's the
what
problem
do you,
with that?
exactly? How can you even say that? And this is after, you guys, this is after knowing that she spent 30 or she had Sally spend $30,000 on wipes, completely preventable damage, you guys.
That
Like
is
it was no big deal.
despicable.
That's
Despicable.
$30,000 Sally could have now to do whatever. That's $30,000 you guys could have put towards an RV if it had been money you guys earned. Think about how much money that is. You don't care about how much money it is.
And Sally's thinking, as long as I can get out of there, I don't care.
Listen,
Yeah.
that would have bought them a single wide with land in some
Yes.
places.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it would need work, or you know what I mean, but it would be theirs. Just
Right.
taxes per year.
And y'all, that right there, here's the deal. That's because you were too lazy. Let's get that straight. You use those wipes because you're too lazy to get up. So
It's
you,
too late.
What do you
it's,
mean? That's what
It's
she
just,
used to wipe her
I mean,
anus with.
yeah, God.
And I
she
Oh,
bet she's
washes
still doing
everything
it.
there.
oh yeah.
But
Just throw it
why? I
away.
They're
don't.
just going in a
I
bucket.
only,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
only would
understand why.
suggest that for an elderly
I don't either. I
person
don't
that's
get it.
in the hospital and they're just trying to get by to the, like a but to do it all the time, no, it's
Uh-uh.
gross.
But then your butt is wet from it. Never mind.
She
Forget
don't
it.
care.
Well,
Oh, I'm talking about bathing.
all
No,
of this is
I'm talking about
catching
the
up.
wipes.
All of this is catching up.
Yep.
Right.
All the things that she has and hasn't done, it's finally come full circle.
Right.
And the point is,
You're right.
Jerry, if you had done anything for yourself, and you hadn't done some of the things that you have, like putting Jim's credit way into debt and taking advantage of so much from other people, you wouldn't be in this position
Your
that
own
you're in right
mother-in-law.
now.
Right.
Now live with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
look at all the sources that we're helping Sally with.
Look
If
how long
Jerry would
Diane's
acted
tried to
right,
help her.
we would have helped her. I mean, if she would have acted like she was supposed to, I hate like she's supposed to, but like a normal human being,
Right.
we would have helped her too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diane's
And
been
don't
saying
get
that
me
for
wrong.
years.
I got to be a real asshole. Don't I?
No,
100%.
because it's frustrating, and I understand your
I was so
frustration.
frustrated and I'm still frustrated that she's not helping herself.
I know you are.
Still,
That's why you started your channel, because you
she
Right.
couldn't
would
get
die
up.
of thirst if I was in that house. I'm telling you, she could yell at me, she could cry, and you can ask Tasha, when the kids act up, I can block it out and just ignore it. It's like, how do you do that? I don't know. I just blah blah blah.
But Diane, that's the whole point.
I
Eventually,
love you, Diane.
If Jim would do that, I know it's not easy to listen to her, y'all. We all cringe when we hear her yell from the bedroom. But if he would do it and stick
Well,
it
we're
out
not
each
saying
time,
it.
she would eventually get up and get her own food. You know, she's not.
Right.
She would have to.
She
Yeah.
wouldn't let herself starve. You can
No.
Oh
guarantee it.
God, no.
Oh my God, she won't even let him do
She
a
would
live.
DoorDash before she done that.
Oh yeah,
Where'd she get the money? Maybe she
Yeah.
should use that money and pay her phone
Sally's
bill.
Sally's card.
Yeah.
she's got
Uh-huh.
money squirreled
It's
away
a Sally
Let
somewhere.
me help
card.
you with that, Sally. I know you're confused. Here, let me help you with that. I can see her
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And that BS of playing all that years that Sally had dementia when
Yeah.
their house, I didn't even know that their house got, what do you call it, by the police until you guys had pointed
I
it
didn't
out.
Oh,
either.
swatted.
Didn't, yes, I didn't know that.
I
And she
didn't
Mhm.
tried
either.
to blame Sally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What
She tried to
Sally?
blame Sally.
Because she said, well, my mother-in-law has dementia, so I'm not.
Oh
Oh,
my
What do you
God.
mean?
That's the
what
lowest
an
of the low.
a-hole.
And she tried to say, "Oh, I worked for
I'd love
911,"
to have a
and she
mother-in-law
wanted to
like
be
He didn't
friendly
work for
with them,
911.
and she wanted to be friendly with them, and they were not nice to her. I rewatched that a couple times, like, whoa.
Hmm.
You forgot to. Oh.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't care what,
Penny, didn't you?
whatever your faith is, you guys. I mean, the universe, if that's what you want to call it, Jerry doesn't like ugly, and like Fanny said, it's coming home to roost now. You have sown all of these ugly seeds,
Mm-hmm.
and they're now coming up. And so now, when you go to, when you go find out for yourself, so you don't think it's us, go to. I think she literally expects Sally to go do it. I think she wants Sally to go to the bank and do all this for them, not just pay for it. She doesn't even want to spend the spoons to go do it.
I think she already knows.
She may, but
I
I
think
still
she's
think
not stupid.
she's so spoiled. She's so used to stomping her feet. And I think she thinks that because they've talked about moving before, that it just won't happen. Mom is on a little bit of a tear right now. She might be especially annoyed because we're feeding her information, or we're,
No, we're not.
and which is a complete lie.
Well,
We were
yeah.
shocked by this. We were like, whoa, Sally, how wonderful. Because we might want it to happen, but none of us want it to happen before Sally's ready. Sally needs to do it when she knows she's ready to do it. And that's when change happens, you guys,
Yep.
when someone's ready. You
And
don't.
Yeah.
Fiona's mom said, I honestly don't think Jim could live minimally. He's kind of like a hoarder. His office is always full. He thinks he wants to live minimally in an RV, but I don't think he can cut for it. A lot of that stuff, though, is Jerry Ann's in
Yes,
that
it
office.
is.
Yes.
Yes. Because
That's
we
all
sat
her
and watched
things are
that.
stuffed
Hmm.
in there.
That's not his stuff, most of it.
No,
No.
90% of the stuff is hers.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
And-
it's
and-
stupid stuff, y'all. I'm sorry, no offense, Jerry, but why are you holding on to 12 sets of dishes that for your
You have no
family?
company.
They don't come. And even if they did one time, you could go get disposable stuff. You are entertaining people from, that sounds mean, but you know what I mean. They're not expecting you to bring out fine china.
And
Right.
don't forget that potato masher.
Oh, that
No.
boom. The air.
When
I
was
use
the last
paper
time she had a
plates.
dinner party? Anybody know?
Oh God, I don't
Name-
remember.
Has
I don't
she
think
ever had
it
a
ever
dinner
happened.
party?
No,
Penny. Yeah,
I've
please
been
name
watching her
one.
since
I think she's had Aunt Sue over
2018
for a
Christmas.
holiday, I think.
Yeah, y'all, the
Yeah, one
birthday
time.
party
Well,
was
that
the only,
definitely
But it was
constitutes
just,
the fine china. I mean,
but
for heaven's
it was
sake.
just two people though.
Yeah.
y'all name when you have seen, I mean, okay, y'all remember the other day when I showed you that house, Wendy's house. Wendy, that's a beautiful home. I think we can agree. It's a very beautiful
That's
home.
yeah.
It's a very beautiful property. Guess
I don't
what
know
we were
what home you're talking about.
Well, I showed it on a live the other day because I wanted
I'm
to especially
sorry.
show Charla some
Okay,
of
tell
the
us.
light fixtures and stuff. But my point in bringing it up, you guys, is this: I'm not going to say how much that cost. I know how much it costs, but my point of saying it is, we ate off paper plates. It was
Right.
easy. It was
Of
a
course.
I do
Why wash
now.
dishes?
for heaven's sake. I mean, just so that right there is something you could get rid of. There's a whole box of stuff gone if you know you're not going to use it. And you're not going to use it, Jerry. Even at your birthday party, y'all, I mean, you didn't use
I just downsized some for the spring.
I
A
it
bet
bunch
feels
of
she
my
still has
plates.
all those decorations from her birthday party.
Yep.
Oh.
And like
I
that
bet
box
she
that she's
does.
got of every card she's ever gotten.
And she's been cleaning that
Oh.
dang craft room for 5
oh my
years.
stars. We've
That
watched
thing's been
how many
rotated.
iterations of that organizing the craft room,
And
churning.
that green wall. Oh
Churning.
my Lord. And now it's just full of mice and rats.
Hmm.
She moves stuff out of bags to
Rat cat.
boxes, and
Well,
then the
y'all,
I
box
think it's more than
boxes the
mice
bags.
because Jim thought it was a cat, and there's no
Can
mouse
you
like
believe
that.
that shit?
That's a
No.
rat.
that is a
Yeah.
That is a rat.
You know what I thought of because of all the plumbing issues, right? Remember? And
Oh
it
my
back
Mhm.
in
God,
the
don't
house,
say it.
sewer rats.
Right.
Yep.
Mm,
Right.
Those
I
are the
told you they
worst.
came up at my mom's place.
Oh my God.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Sewer
came up through the
rats.
toilet at that
Oh, shut up!
triplex. Yes,
My
Oh
they
my
mom said
did.
she
God.
lived in
That.
Yep.
Chicago
And
or
they're
somewhere.
big ones. They
Big.
probably
Yes.
Well,
were not a cat,
these were roof rats. These ones.
Oh,
and they're
But
big
But
too.
they
They
do
carry
come through
so
the
much.
toilet for real?
yes,
Yeah,
But their
yes, it did.
plumbing, remember,
a
it was
Oh
lot of
my
backed
things.
up and
god!
their
Yes.
y'all,
toilet
I'm
wasn't
right
even
there. I'm going to
there.
go sit on the toilet now.
In,
You
You know
remember?
what?
Snakes
Do you
in a
remember
Laurelhurst.
though?
toilet. We had a
This was in
snake one time.
Laurelhurst, not a ghetto.
But do you remember that toilet was not even there for a while?
Oh
Oh,
God, yeah, they could
oh
come slip.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh,
And even if
geez.
you have it plugged with a towel or something, you think
Oh,
that
they
big
could
old
push that
rat
right
could
out.
fit in
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah,
My
D,
they'll
cousin
you're
had a
chew
right.
right through that.
The
my
What?
toilet
cousin had a
was
snake come up in her toilet one time down in Florida.
Oh my God.
What?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
We had a alligator come up on us in
Yes, my
Panama.
mom did.
Merry
My mom did.
Christmas.
It
I
was a
know.
baby
I'm
one.
I'm freaking now.
I know. I
They
am
well
too.
That's snake. Yeah,
they
It was
bought some little
snakes.
bitty alligators and they would flush them down the toilet, and they
Yeah.
would
They
go.
yes.
did
They
that
go
in
in
New
Yeah.
somebody
York.
else's toilet.
Yep.
Forget
And
that.
They kept
snakes.
theirs for a while and it outgrew the thing that they had it in,
Yep.
and they
Mm-hmm.
just had to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys,
and there's
Sally
other
Port.
people saying in here about snakes. Arlene says snakes
Mm.
come
Snakes.
through.
Snakes
Yep.
will
Snake.
definitely come through.
Yeah.
God,
Ooh.
fine. I
I
think
I
mean,
I'd
if
know.
rather
you're
I
ever
look.
sitting on the
there.
toilet late at night, turn on
Oh
a
Ooh.
light.
God,
I
stop it,
always
Diane.
do.
So,
I
y'all,
always
Hey,
Sally told us. Sally
Timu
told
sells
us
the toilet
something.
lights.
What was
I'm
it that
gonna
Sally
I'm
said?
gonna buy a Depends and some Chucks.
No,
Really?
Yes. Come
maybe
on,
this is
Jerry.
why she doesn't like to use the toilet. She likes to use a bucket. Um,
Oh my God, that's so.
Ugh.
And poor Jim has to.
I know.
Well, that's
So,
probably what Oreo's afraid of is there's something Oreo's afraid of in that house.
The smell.
What are those
The
rats?
smell.
well, the difference in Oreo today, everyone noticed it once again.
Huge
Oreo's
difference.
a different dog without Jerry out there.
It was
Yep.
Yeah.
calm and
Calm.
nice and sat
Because
next to Jim. It likes
Oreo
Jim.
knows it can get a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
dang treat from her.
Yep. That's all it goes to her for.
Yep.
And for
She has
reinsurance, it
has
likes
her
Jim.
in hyper mode. She gets the dog in
Mhm.
hyper mode, wanting a treat
Yes.
the whole time. And it
Yes.
just,
Yep. And
yeah,
all he does is look at that jar on her.
yeah.
Mhm.
The peanut butter jar. That
What?
no
What?
jar. That's a
That was
contain.
nasty.
That's
Oh
a
my God, a vat.
storage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But y'all, here's what Sally told Jim. She told him, and it was great advice. She said, "Look, start in an apartment. There's nothing saying you can't
Yeah.
get a house. Go work on your credit. Say,
Eventually.
give yourself, say, okay, let that be your
Work
motivation.
on it.
You know,
They're
let,
going to have to. They don't have a choice.
How are they going to work on it? There's a $12,000 judgment against them.
but still,
Right.
at least
Not
it's something
Sally's
to shoot
How do
problem.
you
for.
work on that?
It's something to shoot for. It's something to say, okay, Jim, I'm gonna I'm gonna go get a job, and because Jerry is
They have no motivation,
they're
though.
going to take your, she'll tell him they're going to take that judgment from you out of your check. There's no point in working, and
But something's better than nothing.
anything. And then
Exactly.
Right.
his mindset when he go work. Okay, here's how different it is, you guys. To me, when he gets out of the house and works, the difference in Jim is like we saw in Oreo the past few times when Jerry hasn't been out there. That's how different Jim is in a good way. He just because he's not so compressed and stressed from being locked in with her. He at least and y'all, he comes home from work and he complains about coworkers at times. So does everybody. That's just the point of it being a job. Things happen. It's not that you're going to a party all the time, but at least he has a social outlet. He gets to talk to people. He gets out in the fresh air. He gets to bring in some income. 75%. It's better than nothing, Jim. I mean, it just makes me so sad that she, no, I think Jan or somebody said that she even with that, she'll say, no, if you work, it'll make my amount come down too. I
No,
don't
it
know.
won't. It won't. It absolutely won't. I remember
I
somebody
don't
I know.
see
I know somebody who's on disability, and her husband's
And
income
she's
absolutely does not affect her disability whatsoever. And somebody in
it.
the chat said it too.
she's
It
not
was
on disability.
Lise Broston said it.
She's not on
Yeah, it has
disability though.
nothing to do
She's
with
just
it.
on SSI.
We've never been told with what my husband makes that his you know what I mean would be affected. The only thing I was told was that we didn't qualify for the one that Jerry gets, which is if you haven't worked enough hours. Like if you're a kid or if you're someone like Jerry who has never
Well,
really
that's SSI.
that's
They
SSI.
can get that,
Yeah,
yes, because I knew somebody who got it. They got
yeah,
it from when they were a kid because they were screwed up.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Physically screwed up. It was
ADHD or
SSI, and the husband's it has nothing to do with. You do have
autism.
to separate your finances, and especially if you buy a house,
That's why
etc.
she wanted to do a divorce that one time. They
Mm.
were in the craft room
What?
and she was speaking about, well, since we're
Wow.
not going to do it, do you want to tell them what my idea was? And it was to get a divorce so the income didn't count it. She said that right on a live while they were working on the craft room and then asked Jim if he was too tired because he hit the pen too many times.
Wow, she is a crafty, crafty crook.
Yep,
Man,
she's a criminal.
she is a crook. I mean, Jim admits
Mhm.
it. She admits it.
She's a crook.
Her exact words, people hustle differently. You mean
My
people
thoughts
steal?
and opinions. This is all trans informative, and it's just for entertainment purposes only, right? But
Right. That's
she's a
that's what
she's
I
a
that's what this
she's a
is.
frickin' crook.
I'm not even saying it's for trans informative or whatever that stuff is. It sounds like I just got a new age whatever something done, but you're a crook. You're a crook.
You're
I
a
don't care.
crook.
Come
You're
after
a
me.
crook.
I do have a question. Has anybody received an email about anything
No,
or
Oh,
I haven't. Have you?
no,
okay,
I'm
no, I
sure
haven't.
they do. Yeah,
But
each
I
time.
have those terms of service about the copyright
Yeah.
posted on my channel. Hello?
I've been a little
And
disappointed.
also a couple of mine have been reported in the past. And
Uh,
then I ask for a check and then it comes back and says it's fine.
Right,
yeah,
So
right,
yes, I've had mine checked and it comes
right,
back. YouTube checks them.
right,
yeah.
right. They do. Yes, they do. They go, this is bullshit. Bam.
Yeah.
And keep reporting erroneously. I mean, one of
Right.
our members told
And
us that.
if
Remember?
you do it too much, then they're going to go after you.
Yeah, Cape Fear told
Mhm.
her name used to be Cape Fear, but now New England Coast or whatever. She told us that one time in Gossip Bakery, she said that they like suspended her account or something for too many reports.
Yeah, they will.
I
Wow.
hope it's okay to say that. She said that publicly, so I hope it's all right to say that. But you know, and
Kathy Kirtley said SSI is income based because it's more like a welfare, I think.
well, that's what I meant about asking about my
Right?
husband's income. So they just to check, they said, you know, because I guess because they're attorneys, they were like, we need to find out if you are eligible for that one. So first off, they said, well, no, you've worked too many hours to be eligible for that one. I think that's what they said. But I know on my husband's
Yes,
income,
many
I was
work
like,
credits.
yeah, because I was like, why do you need his income? So I had to ask him because I didn't know exactly how much he made.
No,
And they're like,
Lily,
no, no,
no,
no. Yeah, no.
Lily, I knew this woman. Her name was Olivia. She got SSI as soon as she turned 18. She didn't work a day in her life, but she got SSI and got that Social Security paid till the day she died, which was young because she was a mess. But no, she never worked.
But what they told me was that sure enough,
Well,
it didn't matter that they said his income was too high and we would not have qualified. So that's what made me wonder if Jerry was telling the truth about it affecting her income. Cause I was like, well,
no, it doesn't. No,
yeah.
And
But at
and,
no,
least
and
for
no.
that
how
one,
is she legally blind but can drive and has a license, right?
Mm,
But she has stage 4 cancer.
that's a good question.
well, and why do they not require her to go to things to have that substantiated at least
Maybe
once?
they do. I don't know.
Well, I certainly don't know if she goes to them. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like
Maybe that's the only ones she actually makes a point to go to, the ones that are going to be turned over to who will determine if she continues to get benefits. Maybe
but
that's the
somebody,
only time she shows
yeah,
up.
that could be because she's not going to let anything affect her money, you guys. I mean, that she's
Eclipse
going to
said
be
Eclipse said SSI is considered wait a minute,
I,
considered
I
in
don't
a
know what that
kind
means.
benefit. In other words, because they can't work. Now, Jim said she couldn't work because of the weight.
right.
I
That's what I was
think,
about to ask. Does anybody
I
remember? He
think
did say that.
those
He
people
did.
get it because of illnesses caused by the weight. They don't get it per se by the weight, but like their bones or muscles are being pulled out of whack and they're crippled up
Yeah.
or something because of the weight.
And it's because of the weight, Jerry. You can say that yours just happens to be the only different one in the, country, but it's, you don't get to, that's not true. So,
And why
so
didn't she ever mention like a partial hip replacement or a hip replacement? Why did she keep that a
I
secret,
don't know.
but
That's
yet show the
weird.
documents?
I never
Yeah.
understood either.
And then I honestly thought, what is she doing then? Is she showing Lisa's documents? You know what I mean? I was like, what the heck?
Well, tell me this because I don't know. Are some hip replacements related to weight? Obviously, not all, because if it's related to weight, she doesn't want anything attached to it. She
I
just,
thought people had to lose weight to get these hip and knee replacements.
I
You
know that they
do.
at least encourage that.
They
It
do at our
helps, but
hospital.
Oh,
she had already broken that or done damage to that femur.
Oh,
Remember
Oh,
with the moving, that's why she was laid up in bed for 2 months before she actually went somewhere and
yeah,
got
because
seen.
her.
So it
But
was
that's where
already
the
a
concern came
pre-existing
in.
condition.
yes.
mm.
She
It's
ruined
just so
her
weird. She's
muscles.
never been in the hospital.
Well, she's supposed to be. Well, let's put it this way. She for her wounds there was a different treatment, and that was inpatient. She chose not to do that. That
Yeah.
was her choice,
Well,
and
but what if
she
when
needs to
she was
stop.
off of YouTube for a while, she did go to the hospital? We don't know.
Why was she off? Really, she really wasn't off. She
No,
stopped doing
remember
the
when she took
daily
that hiatus for a while?
after her brother passed away. I think she was in a deep depression
Yep,
because I think she must
yep,
have
she
did
was.
something that she had a hard time living with. But yet she
That's
Yep.
qualified for
guilt.
that PPP loan, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
She
that
didn't
was
Look at that.
qualify for it, but she
guilt.
filled the paperwork out to get it.
Fraud.
Oh,
Yes, that's called fraud.
I
She
remember
got
when she said that one woman was her employee, and she said, "You're my employee," and wink, wink, winked at her in the
Oh yeah.
video.
She does a lot of winking. How about you wink, wink, wink with the
It was her niece.
yeah,
or the
yeah,
other one, Diane. Remember you pointed out that one. I didn't catch it where she
the knee
said to Sally.
replacement.
Remember
Yeah,
when
she
she
did.
said to Sally, "I rent that room" or something? You pointed out
Oh
Sally
yeah.
asked a question. It was very obvious that Sally was like, "You don't rent that." You know what I mean? Sally didn't say so, but the look on her face was truth. Like, wait, what? you know, and
Yeah.
Oh
she just couldn't
boy.
stop herself
And
from doing
really,
that.
Charla saying Ozempic like a drug. Why hasn't she been able to take something? Wasn't she at one point given not Ozempic, but something else, and it would have helped with weight loss? I forgot what it was.
Well, think about it, you guys. If that's the truth, and she gets her benefits because of weight related
She doesn't
issues,
want that.
she doesn't want to lose weight. She wants money. She'd rather lumber around. Well, she doesn't lumber. She just sits at 400 pounds than lose the weight and lose the money. 'Cause then
Trulicity. That's it. That's it.
Trulicity.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
Helen.
it.
is that a weight loss drug?
It's
Yep. It's for
an
diabetes
earlier
and it
one.
helps.
It's
Okay.
like that Ozempic,
Kind of
Yeah,
like a,
I think it's a precursor to Ozempic, I think.
okay. Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
But you guys, doesn't that make total sense? Because think about it. If she loses the weight, if that's what her, and because where would Jim come up with that? Jim's not going to put that out into the atmosphere, knowing how much she cannot stand anything about her weight. I did not hear him say that day. Whoever, but I believe the people here who did. And if he said that she got it for her weight, I believe, or for weight issues, like Queen said, because it's not for her weight, but for
Yeah.
issues caused
Oh,
by her weight, she doesn't want to lose that weight because she wants
Sally's
the
saying
money.
she is taking Trulicity. So if she's taking Trulicity, then Homegirl is eating.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
Lord, at how much she has to be eating.
Homegirl is eating.
Yes.
Well, but everybody, I've only known a couple people that have been on like the Ozempic and everything. They say they lose their appetite.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
y'all. Four of
So
my
how
friends
does
are
this
late.
happen?
They eat nothing to so I felt like a pig the other day when I was there. I was like, okay, is anybody gonna, because four of my friends are taking it and they eat they don't even drink. You know what I mean? They have
I've
like
lost 40 pounds on it.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
they just their appetite. I'm telling you. So last time we were there, we went out to dinner, and I got to sit
Oh,
at a table
Brenda.
and watch them. And they ate a fourth of what everyone else ate. A fourth, you guys
Mm.
had
Wow.
Yeah,
that
you get full quick.
surgery. Yeah,
So,
Brenda
that way you
Lempart.
don't eat all day. You can go up at home and get you a big old bowl of ice cream, throw
Brenda
some
Lempart
chocolate
says she's
syrup
on
over it.
Trulicity. Does that hold your appetite back? Does it work that way?
yeah, I would love
Trulicity,
to know.
no, no.
Oh, so maybe that's
Well,
why.
Brenda says she's
Oh,
taking it.
okay.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Oh.
So she's not
yeah.
on the same type.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you guys,
okay.
we try to be fair. So if that's wrong, if we're wrong about that, we admit. Okay, then
Oh,
Jerry,
yeah, I'll admit it.
weight loss drug. Yeah. So
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean,
no,
Yeah,
but
if
really.
this is just for entertainment, we
she
have a
has
recipe for
you guys.
size.
How
Think
does
about
she
this.
say
Just
that
for
she doesn't
entertainment
eat?
purposes.
How does she
For
say she doesn't
entertainment.
eat food but doesn't lose weight?
Right.
Come on.
Listen, and she's got
Come
stage 4
on now.
cancer. It is not adding up. We're
I
going
don't
into what year? What 3,
agree. Yeah.
Wow.
And y'all, I mean, it's like when
5
you put it
years?
on here to
But
say
when they go down fast,
what
man.
Dr. Now says, he would be like, look, you
Yeah.
got 30 days to lose, or, 30
Oh, he
pounds.
don't mess with you.
But they, at her size, she would easily lose 30 pounds in a month, easily, if she would curb her eating. That's
Somebody
just,
needs to go over there and give her an
Right.
Ozempic shot
And Crafting
once
said
a week.
she should lose her appetite too if she's on Adderall.
You would
And
think so.
yes.
explain how her prescription is low.
Adderall.
Don't feel real good.
I
Yeah,
said,
Mhm.
did
she
Don't
you
feel real good.
inhales plates
It'll
of
make you
food.
cry
I've
blind
seen her
times.
eat.
I thought it was Ritalin.
It doesn't take that much trouble to make
Isn't
out
Is it
Ritalin
trouble.
kind of
Ritalin
the
or
same
Adderall?
as Adderall?
Yeah, but I thought that
You
she
Ritalin.
was
want one?
on
There
Ritalin.
is a difference. There is a difference. I don't know, or to my knowledge, there's a difference, but they both affect your
Laying
appetite.
on his perch.
there's a
What?
difference in what? What's
What
the
about
question? There's a difference in what?
She's on Ritalin, not Adderall. So would Ritalin
Oh,
help
okay.
you lose weight or lose your
Yeah.
appetite?
Kids, it does. Kids, it does. It's not some. It will. It just a certain amount of people, but mostly in kids lose their appetite worse with the Ritalin.
okay?
So she's on Trulicity,
Right.
right, for her diabetes to help her. She's also on insulin now. How well is she doing with this?
Hey, is Hank in here?
If she's on insulin too, she's not doing her A1C must have been
I heard him. I don't know. Yeah,
outrageous.
I agree. Why how she's avoided a diabetic issue by a
Yeah,
dangerous, y'all.
DKA. Yeah, I take
Yeah.
care of them all the time.
I don't know about it.
Help
You
them
do,
with.
but I know that people can die from this stuff. She has been.
Oh, absolutely.
She
How
really
can
Fighting for
they
their life in the
prescribe her all
ICU,
these
man.
medications? Is this why Jim wants
Some of them have to
Jerry's
be intubated, put
primary?
on the vent.
I
I
mean, come
think
on.
Do what?
I think they're trying to get a doctor who will fill out more for the disability, and I don't know. I could be wrong on
Some
that, but,
doctors will help, some won't.
but some are
But
willing.
since she's got
more.
stage 4, they probably will.
Yeah. So I don't know, y'all, though, even if they had good credit, how I should ask my mother-in-law because she did mortgages for years. What
Hey, let somebody else jump in. I'm gonna make Daddy a sandwich.
okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was
Don't
about
go to the
Cloudy.
bathroom first and wash your hands.
so
I
y'all
don't think you got to tell Mona to wash her hands.
come
Come
on,
on, Feta,
Feta.
jump in.
Yeah, Feta,
Come
come on
on,
in.
Feta. Get in there, Feta.
Yeah, Feta, come on. I miss you.
Get, Feta, get.
Get your booty in here, Feta.
Yeah.
It's all quiet.
Feta, we're waiting. Dun, dun,
We
dun,
won't take
dun,
no
dun,
for an answer,
dun,
Feta.
dun.
No.
Come
That's
on,
right.
She's
Feta.
coming. She's coming.
See, now you got him.
That sounds
Now
like a
they're
personal
mad.
problem.
Oh, puppies.
You heard me, Diane, didn't you?
It's been so long since I've done one of these. I almost didn't know how to
Girl,
do it.
I almost cried listening to that song.
You
I know I'm a hillbilly from Kentucky, but
I was
I'm
dancing.
just saying
That's
it
too
just kind of
funny.
uplifted me a little bit because we've all come back together, and to see all this is just to
right,
see
it's
where we
great.
were a year ago.
Right.
It's
Amazing.
it's, it's amazing, but
Take that,
many prayers
clowns.
went up. Let me tell you.
Yes. Well, that's because we weren't guilty. We didn't do this bad stuff, y'all.
Nah, we're not trolls.
I don't know how many
No.
times I would get down and I'd be in the chat and I'd be uplifted. Next time it might be Joni in the chat, and everybody lifted everyone
Yeah,
to get through that.
it was amazing.
I know it sounds silly
But that's
Well,
what friends are
because it's
for.
just, somebody on YouTube, but we
But
spend a
still,
lot of time
friends are
together.
that way. You treat them with respect.
yes.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
You
it was
know,
really upsetting not knowing if anybody would ever believe that we didn't do those things. So that was, yeah.
And we owned up to what we did.
Yeah,
Right.
the things we did.
and guess what? My channel's still going.
That's right.
You're the Energizer Bunny, honey.
Like
Yeah.
I've been up since 5:30 this morning, and I'm still going.
Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Get it, girl.
And I'm 62, so there's no reason to be. That's why I
I think
say.
Duncan needs to sponsor you. I'm
Oh
going to work on
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send him an email.
That would be so awesome, Diane.
Can you
Let's do it.
imagine? I'll
Let's
go there and say, can you sponsor me? Because when I do my vlogs, my car vlogs, I drive through
look how
Duncan
many.
every time.
Yeah.
Hey, when you start tagging Duncan in all your
Yeah.
videos.
You should.
Yeah, you don't do that? I thought you did
No,
that.
You should.
Girl, start
Tag
tagging him.
Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
If
it.
you go to dollar store, tag dollar store because people that are looking for deals, looking for shop with me's, that's what they do.
Hmm.
They just click on Dollar General Store, hashtag whatever,
right,
and it takes you right to everything you want instead of searching and searching and searching.
right. Hey, Helen says, why has she not gone through any further cancer testing since her kidney cancer is known to spread to bones, lung, liver, brain, stomach? Does anyone know the last time she actually had a scan?
That doctor
It's
said when Mona was with
Well,
him that there's no
they're not
sense
going to do
in if
anything. So,
she joins that trial, they will do some testing. There's no sense
yes.
in that doctor in Rolla doing testing because she's not undergoing any treatment.
But did she go to that appointment?
No, she did not.
Okay, well, they're
So
going
there's
to the
no
next
testing. If you're
client,
not
to
going
the
through
next
any
dying
treatment,
patient.
they're not going to test. Why should Medicaid waste money on these tests?
Right. And she filled a slot that
What good is
somebody
it?
That's
else
what
could have went.
that that makes me so mad because I remember my brother, they gave him 6 months. He didn't make it
Oh,
6 months. But
oh.
there was a couple times he called for an
No, you
appointment
can't
because
get
he was
in.
so sick and he couldn't get in. And you have people like that canceling like
Hmm.
an hour
Yeah.
or two before.
Mm.
Was it even that? I mean, who even knows?
She
Who
And
had
she
knows
no.
if
always
they could
makes them.
cancel it?
It was
She always
about an
makes
hour
those
and a half
appointments.
before.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
And she
that's what
Yes.
we know, but we don't really know.
We don't really know if she actually even had an appointment. Really, we don't.
But Jim
Exactly.
canceled his for her.
Yeah, well, maybe.
But it seems about right because it's been, a few months since, we heard the
Hmm.
doctor something.
But that doctor said there would be no testing.
No,
There's no
no
sense in it.
testing.
If you're
No,
not
whatever the
undergoing
trial
treatment,
needs.
If she's
you
not
know,
going to
But
do
but
treatment,
if
she
they're
might as well enter
canceling
hospice and get some care.
in hospice, in blood draws, in all these little
yeah,
appointments that she goes to,
yeah,
and just be treated at home. But she's
right,
not to that point.
right.
Immune therapy is the most important for her
She's
to do
past that,
for
She
Diane.
wouldn't
Kenny.
I'm
do
almost.
it. She
I
she
mean,
won't
we're coming up.
complete these.
She's waited too. I mean, I'm not. It's never too late to have some relief.
Yeah,
Build up the
but
muscles. There's never. But she's lost so much in her
yeah.
weight that I mean, I see it all the time. It's
Well,
sad. And
it's
the family waits on them hand and foot. I was like,
no
let her
secret
pick
that
up that
chemo is
torch. That's
shitty
kind of
and
their
people
thing.
don't like it.
Right. But with
Right.
kidney cancer, usually it's immune therapy, and it's so odd that
She didn't do
tumor,
it.
right, and that tumor
Well,
took up
she
so
did
much
it
of
for
her
a
kidney.
little
I
bit.
can't believe they didn't remove it when she was in the hospital.
Well,
Immune therapy. How does her kidneys
now
function
I asked the
100%?
urologist that question as why is because when it's stage 4, if it's gone past it's they're not getting all the cancer anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're
Okay.
just getting rid of the primary cancer. But if it's
Right.
already spread past that, there's no sense in taking it out because it's already spread. You
Right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but they
It's
would I would say for 1 and 2 definitely. But 4, he just said it just really depends on where it actually goes. But he said you would have to do so much radiation or immune therapy that's going to drain you so bad.
But she
There's
won't
just
tolerate any of these treatments.
but at least fix your
she
bed
can't. She has no
sores.
stamina.
She won't do that.
That's just going to get worse.
It's going to be that
The
or
diabetes, the out of control diabetic, the blood sugars that are out of control every single day is not helping that wound to heal.
Hmm.
no.
You have to have your blood sugar needs to be below 200 and to not, I mean, look at her eyes. I mean, it affects your eyes, every organ in your
Hmm.
body, your heart,
Especially the
your
kidneys.
muscles, your
But her kidneys
kidneys,
work at
definitely your kidneys.
100%. How?
They don't, I am.
Then why would she even
Mine
bother
don't do
saying it? Mine don't because of
100%.
my age.
I think
Right.
she boasts on that. She just throws that out there to kind of stick it to us sometimes. I really don't think they
She
run it.
throws everything out there to stick it
No, I
to
think you know what she's doing is that I think she's using
us.
this. Hi. She's using
Hi.
this to. She's using this as an excuse to get back everyone that mistreated her. I guess. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
getting.
who's it hurting?
Yeah.
It's
It's not
hurting them
hurting
because she
us.
enjoys it. She enjoys watching people get angry.
And yeah, making us go, wait,
Yeah.
how can that be? How can that be? Then we spin our wheels wondering, but
Oh,
wait,
I
Yeah,
mean, we were
she
wrong
loves
about
it.
the cancer.
That's
yeah.
We
okay.
Yeah.
admitted
Yeah.
we were wrong. We
Yeah.
apologized.
Yep.
And we
Yeah.
always said we would.
You keep messing with that diabetes, you're going to end up losing a leg or a foot.
On dialysis. It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
it's the leading cause, that and high blood pressure.
Right.
Well, and she
Yep.
can get
So,
congestive heart failure as well.
She
oh
looks
yeah,
like
that's
she
a whole
has
nother
that to
issue.
me
Yes.
with
Yeah, the
those
blue
gray
lips.
lips.
Yeah.
And the shortness of breath.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
swelled legs and feet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mike
What would
likes those
Jim
feet.
do if she ends up losing a limb from diabetes? Tammy, I agree.
That's no joke. Happened to my grandpa. It's
Yeah.
not.
Well, yeah, but look how painful that wound is on her. I mean, it's just
That
going
Well,
to
has
get
to
deeper.
hurt.
It's going to go to the
yeah.
bone.
Her
There's no
that's why
wound healing.
I
that those
guarantee
scores
you.
are related to weight. The people that don't move,
It's
it's
weight
only
issue.
yeah. But
Why do
And
you
that's
think
and
every
she
doctor
has
harps
one.
on weight from the
She
moment you
has
walk
one on her
in?
tailbone. She even said it way back. It started on my tailbone. You
Mhm.
know she's not going to show that.
It's
And she
bony prominent.
lays. And how about she said, well, the wound person laughed because I said I was skinnier on my left side. I'd laugh hysterically too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
What?
that Booty Beauty says that exact same thing. Oh, I'm thinner on this side than I am on the other side.
Are
I'm
you
gonna have to watch
delusional?
it. You and Fetta's got me wondering what
Oh,
it's about now.
you better
I
watch,
seen
Kim.
one episode years ago when she was sitting in the car and she had
Oh,
this
Booty beauty.
get on there with
hijab.
Jordy. Get on there with Jordy
Is
and
that the one
Zachary
that wears the
Michael.
hijab,
Yes,
that thing on
yes,
her head?
yes.
She
Okay. Well,
chases
she was sitting
Muslim
out in her
I
teen.
car
can't
eating,
tear my eyes
and I was
away.
like, "Why am I
She
I have
shaved all
watching
her
this? I'd
hair
rather
off.
watch Jerry
I have
Ann."
Baby Queen watching too.
My
Oh,
kid's been. She's been
what
watching
about
this lady
Lady
since
Boy?
2018.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, Ladyboy's watching too.
Oh my god.
Why are you corrupting her?
Mona says, don't do it, Kimmy, don't. You
I
get
bet
stuck
Queen
in
ain't watching it.
I
Oh,
know. I
Diane's
watched.
watching it.
it.
Oh, Queen's watching it too.
Yep,
Diane on the down low.
and Joni did too.
I watched 2 of them. I did.
I
Oh,
watched
Oh
one and
shoot,
I
you
can't.
will Joni, and we couldn't even
yeah.
get Joni on the
You
Tootsie
should see how
Rolls.
this woman eats.
Ugh.
Oh my.
2 or 3
Mm,
meals, and then she ends
But
up
It
in
would
the
just make me
emergency
hungry.
room.
yeah,
yeah.
but I see a lot of cross parallels between her and Jerry Ann. I watch it and I
Oh,
go, "Oh, that's just like
yeah.
Jerry
And
Ann."
it's not the weight
She says
part.
the same thing.
What
Yeah.
about that other guy that ate a lot? Now he's
Oh yeah,
skinny.
Oh, that
avocado.
avocado
You
guy.
know what? It was
Yeah,
just a
Nick
social
Avocado or something like
experiment.
that.
Yeah,
He used to
social
be a
experiment.
mukbang.
Yeah,
I
now
was
he's
watching
Ozempic.
skinny.
the
Ozempic.
hate group for the Booty Booty.
Oh, but I can't watch that French fry girl. She's too much.
No,
You
No,
watch
this
on
is the
Zachary
older lady, and
Michael or
she goes
Zachary
Jordy,
around.
Lordy,
Michael.
it's Jordy, or Just Saying, or Chillin' Barbecue
Okay, this
Chillin'.
lady's got short hair. She's
Well, she
older. She's
shaved her head
probably in
because she was
her.
losing her hair.
Because
And
her
then there was a
weight,
guy with
okay,
her.
Jordy explained this last week. Her weight, something with her weight caused her to have female problems. And then
Right.
she got these
Oh,
female problems and she got a hysterectomy and then her hair fell out.
Yep.
That's what I was heard last week.
okay. Well, is she really Muslim?
No.
No.
Oh, and she's as Muslim as I am. She wears that
She likes
thing to hide
she
all
likes
her
Muslim
chins.
that and she loves the peen.
Oh, and you should have seen her when she was all messed up on drugs.
And she smokes
Whoa.
weed
Yeah.
like crazy. You're not
When
supposed to overeat and talk nasty if you're a Muslim.
and she was putting out
Well,
their hate speech
do you ever
about
watch 90 Day Fiance?
Girl, I
I've
watched
seen it
600-pound
all.
life.
I like
I
600
love
pound
600
fries.
pound life, but I
see
That's
got
now
so burned
scary.
Jerry
out on it.
Sorry.
Brenda said a wound vac and Jerry said a wound vac wouldn't work on her. Is why wouldn't it work on her? It would tear her new
I
skin?
don't know. She
Well,
said she asked
it
the
would.
doctor and they said no.
A liar. She probably lied.
Well,
Oh,
and
there.
it just depends. It just depends on the wound and what
Well,
Yeah.
kind of infection
that
it
was
is, because they have to
tunneling.
culture it to
Sounds
figure
like
out what
somebody's
kind of
emptying their
medicine to put on
garbage
it.
cans.
Not
It's
me.
not me.
Where
I think it's my cat
Feta.
scratching.
Oh.
My cat is scratching the litter.
Mm.
I would
I
think
had him.
people would tell them though. If I was, someone treating it, I would be like, "Look, we're not going to do this. It's going to keep sitting on your butt, and you're just going to keep on doing what we're doing. If you
Mm.
are, and I know there are some people who are paralyzed and can't help it, but they turn them and they do different stuff like that. So
Right.
if Jerry's not, if
Yeah,
she continue not
she's got
moving,
to be turned.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, and nobody can.
But remember, she's a belly sleeper. Remember?
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
what is that?
God.
Who ever believed that? She would suffocate if she slept on her belly.
Those breasts.
Hell,
Oh
I
my.
wouldn't suffocate. I
What
can't do
is
it.
Oh,
that?
that wasn't me. That's
I
something
don't know what
else.
that
That wasn't
is.
me.
I think it's
I'm
a
not doing anything.
microphone being moved or something. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have
Yeah,
one.
no, that wasn't me. Okay.
I don't have one.
I don't
But
either.
guys, I don't understand. So like with the breast, or not the breast, the now I'm focused on breast, but with the what do you call them? The wounds in the back, the boo boos or whatever. Why doesn't she just acknowledge that they're bed sores. I think it's because there's a huge population that those are weight related. Now, again, there are some people that are small that get them, but that's usually they're paralyzed, they haven't been turned enough, or different stuff like that. But she doesn't want anything that's tied to weight put her
Well,
way.
I think it's the diabetes, so they're not healing, right?
Right, and the doctor
Well,
wanted to
gotta
put her
not
on
help.
steroids, and she
Yes.
refused it.
Well, that's stupid because that's the only way it'll heal.
Correct, and
That's right.
she's on insulin now, so why wouldn't
Mm.
she do it and just monitor her diabetes?
Because she knows.
Because every time her blood sugar goes higher, it's just doing more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
When
And
her
she said Jim's
say it's
107 was
300,
low. That was perfect.
until she gets that down, it's going to continue to do damage.
It's
It's
sad.
not going to heal. It's not going to heal.
No,
No.
it won't.
Mm-mm.
Not gonna happen.
Because
Mona
she
said
only
it just now too. Also, lack of movement. That really ties into it. Lack of movement and poor circulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what the diabetes, the blood sugar, that's what it's affecting, all her blood vessels and
Mhm.
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah, she's her own
Her.
worst enemy. She really
she
is.
is.
She's just, and she knows better. So you guys heard it that day at the doctor. So if they go to the bank, and they apply, go find this out for
Well, they'll
yourself.
have to take Oreo.
Lord, fine, but bring Oreo on up in the bank, because otherwise she's going to keep thinking that there's some way they can get a house and be landlords, which is just delusion. I mean, there's
Well,
nothing wrong with renting, Jerry.
No.
I think that's their only option, really. I mean,
We have a
seriously.
community for low income people. That's where they need to go, get them a
Yeah.
place.
I think that the problem with her with renting is that she would have to toe the line
Rules.
to the housing authority, to the
Mhm.
landlord, to whoever the management company is that actually owns that property that she's renting. She's going to have to toe the line, period. And
Mhm.
that's not in Jerry's
And
wheelhouse.
if she rents and say that her check goes down, well, then her rent would go down.
Yes.
Yes.
But when you rent, you cannot do that.
Well, and she doesn't. So now, Sally they know Sally is not putting them on the street. A landlord will put them, you know what I mean?
Well,
The
I meant
house,
rent a duplex.
they will not, they will put them out. So,
Yeah.
like what Finney said, she's not going to be able to pull her stunts. Jerry's smart enough to know that she can't manipulate her landlord, a real landlord, She
Well,
can't come in and say all this different stuff that she is. I know that Sally has said that she's handling it well so far, but I think I will admit it, y'all. I will fully take responsibility if I'm wrong, but I think she is going to start amping this up as she starts to see that it's real. And thankfully, Sally is holding strong. Sally knows that the most loving thing to do even if Tim wasn't in the picture, the most loving thing to do for Jerry, even with stage 4 cancer, is to get her out on her. She's got to learn with whatever time she has to be an adult. She's
Yes.
54 years old.
I think it's a front. I
Yeah.
think it's a front in front of Sally that, okay, well, sure, if that's what you want to do, Mom, okay, we're all on
Yeah,
board.
me too.
Once that
Me too.
bedroom door shuts,
Yes.
it's a whole different story.
you're probably
That's right.
right. Yeah.
Well, tonight
Yes,
she
I
said
agree.
Jim came to her, and y'all, I would bet, I don't know, at least 3 of my left toes that she sent
I
him.
thought you was going to say that.
No, I'm serious. I do not
I
believe
know.
that Sally.
Well, will you bet you would eat Jerry's panties?
No,
You
Ew.
did that,
Hey,
not
that's the best bet.
D. Who?
God.
she. Don't wear them. Mona done
That's
told
the
y'all
best
how
Oh.
Mona
bet.
knows, but
Oh God.
I'm just teasing Mona.
I don't think she wears
Mo-
undies.
She doesn't.
No,
I
she
was just
doesn't.
kidding.
So
No.
it's full
Well, that's what she
undercarriage.
says, but I bet she
Oh
has to
dear.
now since she wears
What were you
Depend.
going to bet your 3 toes on?
That's why she don't wear underwear, because she wears them, but those diapers,
No,
She doesn't
no,
wear
those
she
pull-ups.
diapers.
I
doesn't
don't think
wear
she
anything.
wears
I think she
diapers.
Jerry
just
is,
lets it rip.
She
yeah,
needs to
Jerry is
though.
full
This is in the
commando.
Dollar Tree.
She uses the chucks.
What's that?
We don't
Those
really know
Congress?
what the woman does, to
Those
be honest.
blue
She may wet the
well, to
bed
me
every
and
now.
you, Fitty, to me and you, Chucks are the sneakers, but to Jerry Ann, they're
Yes.
pads that go underneath her for accidents.
Like
Yeah,
the dog pads.
that's what they're called. Those blue paper
Yeah, the
type
dog
things.
Yeah.
pads.
Oh, they're
That's
not
what we
paper,
call
they're
them at the
material,
hospital.
they're
Yeah,
washable.
they're disposable though.
Keypad.
No, she has the washable ones.
Yes.
Oh,
I used the washable ones
And
when I
Jim
worked in
washes
the
them.
nursing home.
oh
Jim
Lord.
washes them.
No.
Feta, you get to wash them next.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You
I'm
fed
going to
'em.
get my other 3 toes if I don't have to wash
Yeah.
these things.
What am I going to do with your toes anyway?
I don't know, but
Make
somebody
her
can have
make her a necklace.
Oh my gosh,
I'm,
look at
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
bet. I'm gonna
And
bet
we'll name them
Kimmy's new
Joni
eyebrows.
Toes.
Oh,
Joni
no,
Toes.
those are beautiful.
Yeah, I almost deleted that picture.
I love it.
Yeah, but I better not see that damn thing in a year from now.
Oh,
Oh,
it's everywhere. I put it all
Floating
over
around the
4chan.
network. I don't know who leaked it. We got a mole. Where's the
It's
oh my
mole?
all over
god,
Reddit and 4chan.
I
If it
thought
makes
they
you
looked so good. They
if it
did.
makes you feel any better,
I'm
I haven't seen
teasing.
a picture anyone's talking about, so
It's her eyebrows. She had them done.
Yeah, I
They
got
look
my
good,
eyebrows
really good.
tattooed.
They
oh
look
Here,
my
good.
Monica,
best
you're
friend
right.
Lucy does that.
They look good.
Yeah, you told me that. I remember.
Yep. Yep. She loves
Yeah,
it.
Yep.
no, what Monique is saying is right. She said that it's crazy that Jerry can take RV and Robert
What?
to travel the country. Champagne taste on a beer budget. That's it.
I don't get my eyebrows done. Want to know why? Because when I'm in a bad mood, I want to make him look like Oscar the Groucher.
Oh my god.
Well, I just got,
Or if
I
I
didn't
feel
get them big,
cuckoo, I'll
thick
put one
eyebrows.
higher than the other.
And then if you
Hey,
feel
mine is that
gangster,
way
you can make
though,
them
because she
thin.
said that one of my eyes is lower than the other. Nobody's eyes are exactly the same.
Well, my left
And I
side's
said, I've
skinnier than
been
my right side.
54 years and I didn't know that. Damn.
Oh yeah, I had a guy say
I
that
really
too.
didn't. I You don't notice it on yourself
No, you don't. But they look good.
because when I
Now,
look in the mirror, I'm
So,
looking at both of them at the same time.
so
yeah.
you say
But
one of
when
your
she did
one of
the
your eyes is
tattoo,
lower than the other?
Well,
yeah, that's what
Gina,
she
I
told me.
showed it to
And
Gina
bigger
today.
than the.
I was having my hair done, and she said one of hers was doing that. One was getting more
Uh-huh.
hooded than the other, and she just had a little
Yeah.
Botox shot in there, and it lifted it right up.
Mona, I need a
Oh, okay.
T-shirt that says "I love you, Chunk." I
I've
mean,
had Botox before.
Yeah, just have them do your your
Emmy, did you
eyebrow.
hear that? Emmy, I want a
Fitty.
T-shirt that says "I love you, Chunk" from the Goonies. You
Chucky,
know,
Yes,
no,
I do.
the
I,
Goonies with the
I,
eye.
I don't know
I
what
Yeah,
the
love
Goonies
you,
is.
Chunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Rocky
I don't
Road.
remember the Goonies, y'all.
well, I love the Goonies.
I love
That's
you.
a
So.
Goonies.
Where's
classic.
May
The
been?
I love
Is
Feldies.
the
May in the
brother
chat?
in it. Josh is he's like my husband knows he's one of my biggest crushes. Josh Brolin. Oh Lord. So yeah. I
You know
love
what?
Josh Brolin.
That reminded me of that cat. Remember the cartoon, the black and white cat that ran after the skunk?
Oh
No.
yeah, yeah.
Pepe Le
Remember?
Yes.
Pew.
Peppa Le
Pepe Le
Pew.
Pew.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I love that. Mm.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le
oh, mon
Pew.
chéri. Mwah, mwah,
Yeah,
mwah,
that's banned
mwah.
now. They canceled all those good cartoons, you know.
Hey, I don't see May anywhere. Is she okay?
There are some racist
Oh,
cartoons from
she's
back then.
traveling, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
think
Lord.
traveling.
I think she's traveling.
Oh, nice.
She was in
Who
Death.
is?
yeah.
She was
Goonies never die,
May.
and Goonies
Now,
never
who is
die.
Gina?
She was in Death Valley last week. What
Oh,
was it?
wow.
113 degrees.
Oh my
Yuck.
goodness.
133.
Oy
Oof.
vey.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's like in the
Forget
60s
that.
here.
But it's cool to go see Death Valley. If you don't see it once in your life, you should. It's real cool.
I
But
wonder if Jim will take me camping.
It's 62.
Yeah, you know what, Dee? Let's hitch a ride with Jim.
yeah,
Mona, can I use your camper?
Where's Jim going?
We're going to Death Valley.
Death
We,
Valley.
Oh, I want to
all
go.
of us.
Yeah. It's
Can
cool
we
Be
there.
your
go to
music
Death
girl.
Be
Valley
there,
with
be
me?
square. Where's Death Valley at? In California?
It
Yep.
yeah, it's the desert.
Way desert, and it's way below sea
I've only
level.
been to San Diego
That's
and
way outside of
LA.
San Diego. It's out in between Phoenix and San Diego. There's a desert.
Hey, Mona said, "Sure, Dy-Dee."
Mona, you have to come and be the chaperone, though.
Oh,
Where is
yeah.
Mona?
She's hanging out in the chat.
There's
Oh,
no
okay.
hiding
I'm getting ready to
the
get.
thing in the peanut butter.
Yeah, she's hiding
Ooh.
behind that peanut butter container.
Well, there's plenty of room to hide
Did you see how
behind.
big that thing was?
A small child could fit in that.
I've never
Oh, my
seen that in my
Lord.
whole life.
Me neither.
Y'all, have you ever heard of somebody, their excuse for not doing a live this morning was that she
Well, I
swallowed a,
choked on a peanut, okay?
I mean, that,
Like it's
Was
any
it
of your
Jim's?
business.
Was it
Sit
Jim's?
up. Sit up and eat.
It's a
Can you hear
peanut.
me?
Was it Jim's?
Can,
Jim
I
made
don't
me
think
choke
so.
on that peanut.
It's not Jim's peanut.
Okay.
I think it's fused. Remember, we got to peel it off.
Well, I thought it was in the peanut butter jar. That's why I asked.
The balls are. Sorry,
I
Jim.
think Jerry could get hotel vouchers too. I think Chatty's right.
Yes, she can. For doctor's appointments and such, if she drives on her own, she can get gas cards. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody should have to pay for the fuel for her. Um, they even help out with like tires for your vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They help with maintenance. I promise you.
What is that? There's a pig snorting. Do you hear that pig?
not me.
Shelley Long says fentanyl, and it didn't take the edge off at all. Ambulance ride was complete nightmare. I was in the hospital for over 2 weeks to recover and started physical therapy. I
Ooh.
really can't believe she broke.
Huh?
Missed the rest of that. Yeah, Shelley
Hmm.
Long, I was reading it. She was on fentanyl. That's scary too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
scary
That's a
Oh, yeah.
I
stuff.
thought it was
powerful drug.
diabetes. She passed from diabetes, though.
Who did?
Shelley
Who?
Long.
No,
That's not
Sheila
what we're
Long in
talking
the
about.
chat.
Oh, sorry, Sheila. I
Who
see
is
you
Said I'd
now.
get
that?
back in here.
I got it.
I didn't
I'm
know
sorry,
what we
Sheila.
were talking about.
I'm thinking Shelley Long. No, I'm not drinking or
No.
smoking. I'm just
Did you
Pizza
I
call
Hut.
me
like Shelley
Smokey?
Long too.
Smoking.
Okay, okay, Smokey.
Oh, Smoky.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I live up to everything. Dude, real shabby. Amy said, read Sheila's comment before that one. Hold on one second. Let
Oh,
me see.
Sheila.
Dee, you have been through a lot, haven't you?
Sheila, I
Ugh.
started listening when you all talking about the
Oh,
hip and knee replacement. When I broke my femur in 3 places in June, I was
Oh,
screaming my head off of
oh,
pain before the surgery. And see, she was in that much pain and given fentanyl, right? Okay,
yeah,
Jerry Ann was
wow.
giving gabapentin.
that's nothing. It's nothing.
Gabapentin.
I give that to
Nope.
the dog when
Yeah,
the
that's
Yeah,
dog's
me
nothing.
back was
too.
sore.
I take that.
When I
Yeah.
Wow.
broke my wrist, they pumped me up with morphine. It did nothing until they gave me some
Dilaudid is the best.
dilaudid. Yeah, and then I threw up, but it got ahead of the pain.
They
Yeah,
had
they
Yeah.
me on
probably
something
gave you
so
something for
strong when they
nausea.
did my knee in the hospital. I
Hmm.
they brought my what do you call that? My oxygen rate went down.
My
All I wanted to do was
yeah,
sleep.
my
Saturation.
blood pressure went
Yeah,
way down.
that's why I didn't come right home. And
Oh
then I
yeah,
said, please quit giving me drugs. Don't give me no more. No, I don't want any more. No,
yeah, and the
and I refused
uh,
it. I
medicine that
healed
the
with
anesthesia
tramadol.
will drop your blood pressure too.
Yeah, that dilaudid really dropped it.
Oh yeah, Dilaudid. I take the blood
Aw.
pressure before I
Well,
give
my
it
doctor
every single
said when he
time.
did my knee, because I said I don't remember being wheeled in. I don't remember talking to him. He said that
Ooh.
fentanyl is some good stuff, huh? And I go,
Oh,
oh,
is that fentanyl?
I don't
Whoa.
ever want to feel
Oh,
that again.
Yeah, I would not want that. The only time I
No,
see that is if we have cancer patients up there that are bad.
we have those fentanyl people on the street, and they stand in a corner at a 45-degree angle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the doctors at the county hospitals said they think they're moving when they're doing that, when they're standing there
Isn't
bent
that
over.
sad?
Yeah, isn't that strange?
It's very sad.
And I
Yeah.
always
So
wonder,
sad.
what if somebody comes up and tries to attack them? Do they snap out of it and attack
No.
back, or are
Good
they just
question.
No,
victimized?
No.
I don't think
They
so.
could just get victimized.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Oh, and they
sad. So
do.
many
They do
women
get.
are raped and don't even know about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's bad.
Watch
Yeah.
Streets of Phoenix.
Or
Well, we got them here
what is
in
that,
Seattle.
Philadelphia?
Seattle's horrible.
Kensington.
Kensington.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like zombies. I'm sorry,
Oh
but that's what
yeah,
they
Yeah.
they
look
are.
like.
We got them all over the city. Yep.
It's sad.
Yeah.
That's someone's baby.
Yeah. Well, it's a baby monster at this point. We
So,
have shootings down the road here.
what advice would you want to give Jerry out of all seriousness, like, nothing mean or anything like that, but my advice would be is seriously to every day start moving one more step. If your doctor suggests, how do I say this? Going into the hospital for either wounds or boo-boos, to please do so, because
Yeah.
infection will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
If
Um,
Jerry
I
is
think
watching
she's
us,
just
I said
speak up.
if Jerry was
asthma.
watching us, or if we have a message for her,
Yeah,
does
where's Jerry?
anybody? She's not here. I'm saying if
Well,
you.
you can start. We'll go around.
I just started.
I'll
Yeah.
do
Oh,
mine.
I'm sorry.
I'll do mine. So
Well then,
Wait a minute. Are you
thank
guys,
you.
are you guys all smoking something?
Really?
Diane.
I am
Hello.
pleading the
Diane.
fifth over here.
So
Diane.
Huh?
my advice would be
Um,
for her to start. She
I-
needs to start looking at Section 8. You need to
Yes.
tomorrow. You need to be on the phone. You need to be with Section
What is
8.
that sound?
Fetter's doing something.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fed
not
up.
moving.
I'm just moving my little mic. It's my ear headset.
Oh, it sounds awful.
What is it? I don't hear
It's just
anything.
It's like
horrible
static. It's kind of like
dragging sound.
static. Yeah.
Let me put me on mute. Hold on.
It's because
Also,
never mind,
Mona,
I
if
can
you
say
want
it.
to come
Sorry,
back,
Joni.
I'm sorry. Mona was in the lobby. If she wanted to come back in, I don't want her to feel like I didn't see her.
I'll go out.
No,
Let me finish
Diane.
mine and I'll
Yeah.
go out. I'll do my
Read
advice and I'll
Diane.
Yes.
Check the studio chat really quick in your StreamYard.
Okay.
Check your
Hold on
studio
one
chat.
second. How do I go there?
Hit chat.
Or one of you guys. Check the
I
studio
I
see
chat.
can.
comments.
I
Oh, wait.
will.
Okay.
I
I see
will.
something. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So let me do mine, Diane.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that sound was hideous.
Okay. All right.
How do I
So
do
mine
that?
is that she, in all seriousness, Jerry, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. Tomorrow, I've seen, look on YouTube
Look
tonight.
at that.
Stay up, get on YouTube, look at Section 8 apartments. People show their tours of them. They're not hideous. Get on the phone tomorrow with Section 8 and apply. You should be able with your stage 4, like Dee said, to get to the front of the line. And then you can start getting excited about the place. And if it's just a 1-bedroom, that's okay. It's not permanent necessarily, Jerry. Just get into it for now. You guys will have less upkeep. You won't have to send Jim you won't have to call him because it'll be a 1-bedroom. It'll be smaller. Yes, you will have to downsize, but it will feel good in the end. Let people take
Right.
stuff out of the house. Don't look
Mhm.
at it, Jerry. Just let them take it. You won't miss it if you'll just let them take it. When people are removing things, if I go and look at the bag 2 or 3, you know what I mean? As long as I let Todd take it, I'm fine.
Right.
If I start looking out through it again, I start thinking, well, but maybe if just let him take it. Let him
Yeah.
take the stuff.
Yeah.
You will be you won't have all that stuff to, that he has to clean. He'll have more time. He'll be in a better mood. So get started tomorrow. That's my advice. And the very last thing I'll say is, look, it sounds like you guys are hell bent on a house. I don't know why you think you got to have a house, but it sounds like the only way you're going to believe that you can't buy a house is to go apply for one. So go get that out of the way so that you guys can see, and maybe, just maybe, they'll approve you for a mortgage. I don't think it's going to happen in this. I just don't. But
No, it
go
won't with stage
out.
4.
Yeah,
No.
just go find out, honey. And well, not, I mean, they have the judgment, that's a big deal. That judgment is a big
Debt
deal.
consolidation.
Debt consolidation. Jim doesn't have a job. These are things, and they want excellent credit nowadays. It's just the facts. So, but I know you don't believe us. So go find out from the bank, and they can tell you, and that way you'll know, and you can put that to rest. Because
And the
Sally,
Cancer Society would also assist her with things.
yeah, and Sally, please leave Sally alone. She has said
Yes.
she is not going to co-sign. So you're not going to manipulate her into doing that. I feel like you're still going to pull out all the stops to do that, but
Mm,
would not be
don't
free.
do it.
Yeah,
Don't.
I believe she's not going to. I think
No.
Sally's going to stick to her guns. And Jerry, you need to understand why she's not going to. That's just not fair to her. She's done enough. $30,000 ring a bell. I mean, over a year
Mhm.
of housing, you guys paying for the rent or the mortgage. It's her time now. So that's me. And if anybody else wants to come in, we can trade out.
Well, I would like Diane to repeat again when she said that she called on that Section 8 and the Cancer Society. Because
Yes.
I'd like for her to hear this.
Well,
Please.
what I said was I used like I had a friend in need that they needed a place. She has stage 4 cancer, and how would Section 8 or HUD, I wasn't familiar with what program, and because that she would have, excuse me, section or stage 4 cancer, she would be put at the top of the list in front of even a single woman with a child because of her medical condition. They would qualify for a 1 bedroom. It wouldn't be a 2 bedroom. Also, as far as the dog, because I said, well, there's a downfall. She has a dog that's like a pretty decent sized dog. Excuse me. And I also said that I see it as a pit bull, but they say that it's um, a beagle mixed boxer. And they said as long as that is an emotional support dog, that they cannot and will not discriminate against that as long as she has a doctor's note.
Yes.
And then with the Cancer Society, I've called. You can call 3 to 4 days in advance for a ride. They will take you to and from. They wheel you in and out. They come right back for you. They don't just leave you like in the lobby. They take you, they sign you in, they put you in the waiting room. The nurse then comes and gets you. I mean, you've got so many benefits that you could be taking advantage
Hmm.
of. And also, you could keep your iPhone and you can get free cellular service where you don't even have to worry about a bill
Yeah.
because you have Medicaid and food stamps. So there's so much available to you instead of having Sally foot this bill in her senior golden years. Give her a break because in the long run, Jim needs to learn to live on his own as well. And
Yes.
well, who better to do it with than a wife?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of resources out there.
Yes,
Lots.
really are. Like Dee found you a phone. You can get a free phone. That's one less thing. That's one of the very first things that we think that Sally needs to go do. She needs to cut off that family phone plan. That's one of the first things you guys need to do. Sally needs to be free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Please leave Sally and let Sally have her voice. Please.
Yes.
It is not, I'm not being mean. It will
No.
be helpful for all three of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes. And this way
All
she's
three of them.
alive to help with advice if needed and that kind of thing. If you guys wait until she's no longer here, if something goes wrong, she can't give you advice. So
No. No. And you know what I mean? And Jim will learn as well by watching Jerry.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Okay, this is how we budget. I think Jim could probably do a better budget.
Hmm.
I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think so.
And I also think for your boo boos that you really do need to go in an inpatient situation to get that taken care of so you feel better, you feel healthier, and you're able to perhaps move, take a couple more steps. I
Right.
don't understand why no physical therapy. And I really know that no physical therapist is going to say Medicaid is slow paying, you'll have to pay up front because that can't happen. They're not going to reimburse you and that be the physical therapist double dipping. That's illegal. They don't do that.
No, no, they don't mess with Medicaid. They know
No,
better.
no. Kim A, do you have anything you'd like to share?
What happened to Kimmy? Well, what about Finny?
Finny.
Go on to Finny. I'll go after. Sorry, I was chatting in the.
Well, if all else fails, if there's no way for them to get into some place there in Rolla or Missouri in general, then maybe Jerry, maybe it's time that you contact your relatives in New York and
Mhm.
see what can be done in on that note. Maybe you might end up moving back to New York, and I don't think that you'd be too upset with that because we've heard many a time how much you love New York. So maybe that's an option.
Good idea.
I agree.
Hmm.
That's my only suggestion. If all else fails, get a hold of New York.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Section 8, start with them first. They might even be able to get you a 1%
They.
loan. I don't know. You need to go talk to them or call them. I'm
I
sure
Well,
don't
you
think
do
they
a
need
lot
a
of this on
loan.
the
I think
phone.
they just need housing.
well, the thing
Yeah.
is, she
Don't you?
already has an established account there in Missouri with the Department of Health and Human Services because
Yes.
she is on Medicaid and EBT. She already has an established account. So all she needs to do is contact the person that's in charge of her case through that department and tell them, this is now my current situation. Can you please help qualify me for Section 8 housing now that that's needed?
Hmm.
You've already got a foot in the door,
Right.
basically. You've already got medical documentation to back up your status. You've
Hmm.
got all these things in your favor, and we know that you like to use things whatever you can to, get your way and win favor. So there you go. It
Right.
should be actually fairly easy for you.
Hmm. Don't you think, Kimmy?
Yes. Sorry, I was typing in the chat. I agree.
You-
Yes,
I would
but
love
I
Jerry
wonder.
to sit down and talk to us. I
Hmm.
don't think I think she thinks we're going to be mean, but when you
No.
see
No,
someone deteriorating like that, it's sad.
Hmm.
it's
And I
very
know
sad.
I'm a hard-headed woman. You guys know I'm hard-headed.
But she's given up, y'all.
But
I
Diane
think
has a
she.
huge heart. She's not saying this to be a jerk.
No, no.
Y'all hit
But
the like button for
I
Diane.
think she's
Kimmy
given
just
up.
reminded us of that. That's important. Let's give her some big likes tonight.
Yes.
Aw.
Well, I'm going to say this. If this is truly the route she wants to take, that she just wants to give up and not do, well, then don't buy. If you're just going to give up, then please quit making appointments and taking those slots only to cancel them and take those times that were available away from other people who do want to get in there and see those
Yes.
doctors.
Yes.
Please, at least
Exactly.
be courteous.
Right.
Yeah, but look how the many times she did this. Sorry, I had to burp.
Well, that's
Um.
just it, Kim. She's
Yeah.
look at how many times it's happened. It's
Yes.
okay. I'm just saying, if you don't want to pursue any medical treatment for this, and if you really don't want to do this, I'm going to say this: it's okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
That's
okay
fine.
if that's the route you choose for yourself, but
Hmm.
stop putting all this off on other people, because this is your choice, Jerry, no one else's. So you take accountability for it and stop taking from others.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, there's no shame. If you don't want to pursue this, my
No,
neighbor at the beach, she didn't want to do any of this
yeah.
chemo or radiation. That's fine. Then you deal with what happens, and
Yes.
that's what
Yes,
happened.
but I see her body deteriorating, and I think she knows that. I think that's why
She knows,
yeah, she knows.
but that's
And she's not
That's her
moving.
choice. Yeah.
Right. Her diabetes is just out of control. I bet you her blood pressure is out of control.
but there's no reason that others should have to pay the price for it.
No, you're right.
No, and Jim has canceled appointments, which I don't think that's great either. You know what I mean?
Well, and I don't
Right.
understand that
Yeah,
at
but
all,
Jim
because
is a
it's
yes man.
counterproductive. If she wants him to get on disability, if she wants him to qualify for it, then he needs to see a doctor. So stop messing
Got to
with
start
his,
somewhere.
yeah,
Yes.
stop messing with his time slots and him having the availability to go to the doctor. If you want him to get these things, then he's got to go to the doctor.
Right.
Right.
It
Right.
starts
The
there.
hard part.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, like his appointment was made prior to hers. Why did she schedule it knowing he had one? I don't
But they have
understand
a
that.
calendar where they can write these down. That's what we do.
Well,
We've
they
been
have an
saying this for
Alexa.
3 years. Nothing's changed with them.
No.
Yep. Nothing's
And if
changed.
Sally hadn't put her foot down, she would be
Hmm.
living that way
Hmm.
until the day she dies.
It's not good for Sally. It's
It,
hurting Sally.
no, it's
Yeah.
mental. That's a
Hmm.
mental.
Yeah. It's
And before she had us, what did she do? I mean, she was probably going crazy.
She felt
Well,
No battery
isolated and
for a
alone.
car. Right.
it's
She
not
couldn't go
only
nowhere.
mental, it's physical too. If
Yeah,
you
it's physical.
I want
because
to know something. Is it true that all that she needs for her vehicle is a battery?
She thinks it needs tires, but I don't know.
Okay, that's
But that could be a way that we can help her. We are
yes. Well, I'll give.
absolutely
yep,
considering that, because you guys, we have the money in there now, and so that's something that Finney
And I
mentioned
still
the
have
other
to
day,
give.
and I was like, Finney, that is a brilliant idea. So and Sally had mentioned for her new place to wait with the money, and
Right.
so just
If
wanted to
no,
remind
I
everybody
want to
again.
say if Mona wants to come in here and weigh in, I can go out.
No, I just texted her and said I'm going out, so
Oh,
I'm just waiting to
Well,
hear.
I can go out too.
I
I
think
mean, it doesn't
I
matter.
think it
Well,
would be
y'all don't need
really
to go out.
well.
I know everybody ended up leaving.
well, I'll go out.
I think it would be really important to get Sally back on the road.
Wait, who just left when I just
Queen
hold on.
did.
Queen.
There's
Okay.
Mona.
Well,
But I
crap.
think that it
Queen. Come on,
really
Mona.
needs to happen.
There you are.
Well,
Oh,
I've already offered to send a I forgot what Daddy calls them, a garage mechanic that actually goes to your house, a
Oh,
mobile
Oh yeah,
mechanic.
a
a
mobile
mobile.
mechanic?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I've already offered to do that, and if that's what has to be done, then that's what we'll do. Because they're not that expensive.
no,
Um,
just to see what all the car needs, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm not saying anything against Jim, but there's just some things that people just don't know.
right.
So, um, I'm sure I don't. She might be watching. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jerry,
They-
it's important as far as I'm concerned. For me, I started off this wanting to help you, and I still want to help you.
mhm.
And part of me thinks that you feel like you're in a corner and you have nowhere to go. None of us are gonna feel the way that we could have felt about you. Okay,
Truth.
let's just get that out in the open. None of us is ever gonna feel like about you like we could have been friends. We could have been like with Sally.
I'm
That's
here to
just not going to
support you.
happen, and that's all you're doing. That's not ours. That's yours.
Yep.
But the thing is that you can break a cycle. You can make things better. You can make what life you have better. And you may not think getting out from under Sally and living on your own is what you need, but it's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna make you feel like $100. You may not see it right at first, but you'll get there eventually. If you quit fighting it,
Yes.
Maybe
you're
it
not
would.
in control. This is what being in control has got you.
Mm.
It's got you nowhere.
Great point. Yeah, because she's not going to listen.
I mean, where are your
It's
friends? Where are your family? Uh,
This has blown up, Jerry. It's all
I
coming
mean,
it's
through.
coming to a
and
head.
and you can't blame that on us because we didn't do it.
No.
We have no control over your family, no control over your friends.
And it wasn't Jim's fault.
No, it wasn't Jim's fault.
And it's not
Um,
Sally's fault. We never did. She surprised us.
exactly.
But
And
she deserves this.
if you don't want to do one more treatment, that's on you. But quit taking away spots from people that are trying to live for their kids and their family and their grandkids, and they're just trying to live. Every appointment that you do not go to is taking a chance from somebody else. Stop.
Yep, exactly.
I
Yes.
don't care. Look, this is going to sound cruel, but I don't care if you go or not. I used to care, but as a parent, you just want to do you. Okay. But you're still affecting people that do not deserve to be affected by your actions.
That's what I was saying. Yep. But Mona, you're right. Maybe the possibility of having their own place and everything might actually give her something to focus on and look forward to and want to be productive in that sense.
Because
Yes.
You
when
know?
you have to be, it's when somebody's not there to pick up after you, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
True, but there's also somewhat a sense of pride, even if it's
Oh
just a
yeah,
rental. There's somewhat a sense of pride in having your own place and making it yours.
you can still
Yes.
take a
You
little
know?
bitty apartment and make it the most beautiful thing in.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Take pride in it. Make it a beautiful. Put your trademark. You know what I mean? Decorate it the way you want. And nobody's going to say, why are you decorating this place like this? Because it's yours. You didn't take over someone else's house. And, you
Yes.
know,
Yes. Yeah.
And
Totally
she
agree.
could have changed if she really wanted to. Like when Sally was showing that she was unhappy with the situation and all of the hoarding. If you wanted to make the house a happy home, you could have changed that a while ago. I'll never get all the towels. I'll never get it. I won't. I don't get the craft room when you really don't craft. And half of the craft items are over 5 years old.
Well, I always revert to that old saying of mine, if nothing changes, then nothing changes.
Right.
So right now, it is time for a change. Unfortunately, it's now is there's no choice.
You backed yourself into
Also,
a wall.
a good
Mhm.
point you guys to make is about a mortgage is, do you really want to get a mortgage? And Jerry, I hope you're listening to this, but if the cancer progresses, do you really want to leave Jim with a mortgage to have to handle? So
Shorter than
Oh,
Oreo.
I hope you care enough about your husband to not want to leave him with that burden.
especially
No.
when his biggest dream, Jerry,
He's
is
already 12,000 in the hole
is to
from the
do an
house.
RV and to travel. So now he's got this 12K judgment on himself. And now so he's already going to have to overcome that. That's on him, not you. And he had no choice about the matter. But now, if things do happen, his goal would not be to be saddled with a house. I truly don't believe that.
Mm-mm.
He has said all along,
No,
he just would like a little van or an RV and to be able to go do his thing. And if he
That's
has,
exactly. Yeah,
right,
he'd be happy as little Lark.
right.
yes, you would.
He stays for you. So for him, can't you see how selfish it would be to insist on a mortgage even if you could get one? I just think that that's something to really think about
Think
because,
about the interest rate, Joni.
gosh,
Well, I think he stays.
6.5.
He stays
And
because he
and I
doesn't
just
feel
think
like
about
he has a choice.
all the
yes,
missed opportunities. I mean,
Mm.
and like just in this little group right here we have, do you know how many missed opportunities you've had?
yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
I
God.
mean, we are some of the, and I'll brag on us, we are some of the best girls I know.
yeah,
Oh, I
If one
agree.
of us is sick, the other ones are right there. If we've had a bad day, we're right there. If we're happy about something, we're right there. If we're sad, if we're mad.
hmm,
If you
Right.
make us mad, we're going to tell you about it until you get over yourself.
right.
And that's just how it is. And you could have had that.
And that's what true friends do, Jerry. They don't just feed you what you want to hear. They say, okay, I think you're acting absurd, or I think you've gone a little over,
And
and
we've done that.
we've done that. We've all gotten mad or we've done different things. But, for those, and we did have a couple that, just weren't good people and we figured out who they were and, they're gone. But you're not going to see a fight amongst all of us like happened
No.
at one time before, when those were some bad people involved. No, we work things out amongst ourselves. And Jerry, that's what, again, true friends do. And true friends tell you what you need to hear. It is
And
time for you.
apologize.
And you
Yeah.
know what? We're not
Oh,
her
yes,
true
they are.
friends, but we let her know that there were evil trolls lurking in her
Exactly.
chats. She
Yes,
blocked all of us.
right. We were trying to tell you the person contacting you, telling you to sue and all this is someone who hates you more than all of us ever had any sort of disagreement with you. This person hates you as much as she hates us. It's just right now you're all she has left, so she's trying to turn you against us, which is
Hmm.
fine, Jerry. We're not trying to get you to like us, but we would like for you to be fair and to be kind to your mother-in-law. She has done so much for you. I wish you could see that. Have you thanked her for the $30,000 she no longer has to spend on herself? Have you? Have you truly thanked her and said, Mom, thank you for doing that for us? At, I mean, that's $30,000 you no longer have to spend for yourself on something pretty
Like
or
a
on
down payment.
like a down payment,
Or a new vehicle.
new vehicle.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Jerry, you will never get sympathy from me. Ever get sympathy from me when you pull the whole, you don't know about my childhood.
Oh
That'll
my,
work with me. That will never work with me. And there are a
Hmm.
lot of people on here that know why.
Hmm.
You can break the cycle. And it's not
Right.
too late to break the cycle.
Exactly.
If you have
Right.
to leave this world before Jim does and before Sally does, at least give them some good memories.
Mona, in that situation of child abuse and whatever she claims, you have two choices. Either one, you are the one that chose the opposite route. She is the one that chose the route where she dwells on what happened in the past.
And how's that working out for you, Jerry? You're miserable.
No.
yeah.
And nobody wants to be around you.
But I think that all these years of seeing us all on here, telling her things that she needs to do to help her, I think she does the opposite just for spite.
She doesn't want to be told what to do.
No. And we're not even telling her what to do. We're just
It's
suggesting.
suggestion.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm beyond that. Right now, I just worry about what Sally can do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh,
we are
yeah.
at this point. Jim has turned, I mean, I hope you're
I'm so
proud.
happy for
You've made
Sally.
Jim into a mean, angry man. And I say that, I mean, it's the truth. He is a mean, angry man now. And
He's
that's on him
broken down.
to
He's
a certain,
broken down.
it is so sad, Jerry. That's not who he used to be. We can all see it. Does it not worry you that he never mentions you when he talks about stories that make him happy? He it's like he feels trapped and he's just miserable. Do you not see that? And we're not trying to pick your marriage apart for the sake of it. We're trying to that's to help your marriage.
Well, more
Right.
importantly, do you not care?
Right.
Because if you don't care about your partner that's supposed to be your partner in life, then what are you doing with him?
Right.
You know what, Finny? She shows it in action.
Well, I know. I know.
Our actions, that is what it is all about. Because any of us can say whatever. And who's typing? It's not me that's
Me. Sorry.
That's all right. Um, but yeah, one thing I was going to say, as far as talking, we have given Jerry opportunities before. And one thing that I always said, if we ever did talk, like when Diane and I became friends, the very first thing that we had to say to each other pretty much was, it's not going to do either one of us any good if we sit there and pass the buck with excuses. Remember that, Diane?
Yep.
We
Yep.
both said it's not going to do us any good to say, well, JHP made me this or JHP made me that. Both of us could have said that about different things. And we knew that we had to own up to the
To our
mistakes,
actions.
our own actions. So
Yeah.
I don't know that Jerry would ever want to talk to us, but I got to tell you, I mean, no matter where you start from, Jerry, you've got to learn to start looking at you. I've said all along, it's not coincidence that you've lost all of these people. You are the common denominator. Tomorrow, what I gave you my advice, top of that list also should be seeing a therapist because it's
Ooh.
got to be emotional to have the diagnosis that you have. So go see someone. You can do that telemed if you have to, but see somebody who can help you process these emotions and who is not against you like you think we're haters. And you can say to them, is it me that I have lost all of these people? Because you've made that comment before. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not this. I'm not that. People would tell me, well, Jerry, people have told you, but look at the actions. Who's around you now? No one. That should scream at you that that's true. There's no one around you now. There's really no one. Who have you driven off? I'm just being real. Where's your family? Where's your best friend? If you're the common denominator, at some point you have to look at you.
May I just be so bold, Diane, just to say, and this is an assumption, but that Jerry, the door is still open. If you would want to actually come and speak with everyone or just Diane, just the two of you one on one,
Mm-hmm.
that would be available to you if you wanted to hash some of this out. But the key there is you would have to be willing to listen and not try and, be dominating through the whole thing and overtalk what is being said to you, which that's something else that we've constantly witnessed as to how you act when others try to make a point. You don't want to hear that point, and so you immediately start over talking or causing a distraction, even with the
The
dog.
dog. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's overstepping, Diane, but I
No.
think that, that's a possibility. And if, and you might gain something from it, Jerry. You might actually, gain something, from being cooperative. Let's put it that way.
Like I've said, like she doesn't want them to make money, okay, because it will hurt her SSI. Well, I get she's got the stage 4, so okay, let Jim post on his channel. Where's the grocery haul? Why hasn't that been done? That could have been put on Jim's channel. Where's Jim's cooking
Hmm.
video? He
Hmm.
could be making some type of revenue to bring into the house and help the situation.
Well, but she doesn't want to let him out of the room long enough for him to do that.
Yeah.
I think she's jealous.
I don't get it.
Well, that
I
plays
do
into
too.
it as well. But I mean, y'all need money. Jim could at
Right,
least bring in the money by
They
putting
never
at
had to
least,
worry about they have Sally.
well, I know,
Jim
but
right.
goes to
he
Sally
could
all the time.
he could at least be, trying to pop out at least a couple videos a week,
Oh,
whether it
I
be a
agree.
haul or a cooking, and then the other one his
Never
live.
happened.
Well, it kind of used to for him,
It did.
but not anymore.
I think his self
I think
esteem
his
is
live
gone.
today was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
it
found
was.
it
Different.
enjoyable.
Yeah, it
The
was.
dog
It
was
was
not
laid back.
hyper. The dog laid there. There was no yelling. There was no arguing.
No
There were questions.
trolls.
Even when Sally
So
said, well, I want to be alone, Jim didn't argue it or over talk her. He listened.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No. Yeah.
He
Exactly.
seems like a pretty interesting person. You
Yeah.
just got to let him grow.
Right.
And he has empathy in him. He does.
oh, I
But
believe that.
all of a sudden he probably hears the whole earful, and then of course, where's he gonna let his anger out? On everybody that watches him.
Well, he has no outlet, and even that, everyone that was watching him, even that is limited.
I was blocked.
Well, I
Who's
mean, it's limited in the amount he can only have a certain time frame to do this
Yes.
in. He can only say certain things. He can't entertain certain questions.
Or people.
Yeah, or people. I mean, it's very, very limited. You have to let loose of the reins sometimes. You just do.
Just let him be his own man.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes,
remember?
it was so nice that Jim wasn't interrupted. Jerry, we're not attacking you by that. We would find it offensive if your lives were interrupted all the time. It would be offensive. We would be
Right.
like, leave her alone. Stop. Let her have her life. I mean, and that day when I said that, when you got so mad at me about can you use one of the grabbers? I know that I say that if I came to your house, I'd be like, Jerry, first thing we need to do is get rid of these grabbers, because that's, I just feel like those are way too much of a crutch. But regardless, you have them right now. And so I really didn't mean that to be mean. There have been times when I did, I've said things that I regret, but no, I have tried to approach you completely differently for months, and I'm in it nicely. Can you not use one of the grabbers? Does Jim have to come right now? I did not say that. I did not think you were joking, even though you put LOL on it,
Right.
unfortunately.
No. No.
Yeah. And Diane didn't see it that way either. We asked you, I mean, we were like, did you? I didn't see that as a
No.
joke. We thought you were once again needing him during a live. And you have to admit, well, you won't admit it, but there is a pattern there, Jerry, where you need him during lives. And it seems like he's always on a time crunch where, how long have I been on? It's like he's got to get up and do something for you. And I realize he cares for you, like he's your caretaker. But if this is his only social outlet and it happens once a week, you'd think that you'd want to give him the whole, I mean, go for it, honey. You spend 4 hours if you want to. If that's his only social outlet, let him have it. He I mean, he's been loyal to you. He's not sitting in there. He always still says, I'm not talking about Jerry. So you could monitor that without having to, say things, because
My
you
sugar's low, or
say,
you got snacks in there. You talk about honey buns. Have juice. Have a bottle of juice in the room if you need it. 6 ounces of juice will raise it right up. I don't know. This was going to be a cancer journey, and at first we all doubted it. Now we know 100%. But if she's not going to help herself, then don't tell us about, oh, I'm going to go get future treatment. Oh, I'm going to go to trial treatment. The immune therapy was the best for her, but she's blaming her bed sores as wounds from that. No, no, they're bed sores.
Well, I mean, and how busy a week it's going to be with all these appointments, and then you cancel at least half of them. Well,
Right.
don't tell us about them then. You know, there's
Yep.
no reason to tell us about something that you're not going to do anyway.
It's cancer. It's not a cold. So you're going to have to go every single day or whenever they want you out there.
I just can't
Jerry,
believe she's never been hospitalized, ever.
right. I
Right.
And
mean,
that's
Jerry, I
because she
Makes no
refuses.
sense, especially with
yeah,
them wounds.
but we do admit, we agree. We saw what Mona said. We believe you. That your diagnosis. I meant it when I
Yeah, I
apologized.
heard him.
I totally meant the apology.
Right.
Me too.
I was wrong about that. But I wish you understood how different your journey is than every other stage four, even stage one journey that I've seen. They're at the hospital, they're having to go to treatments, they're having to go do different things. I mean, it's all the time, it seems like. Yours is so different than every other journey all of us have seen, especially for stage four. So
Right.
I wish you understood that you really are a unicorn. I don't joke when I say that, because you're the only person I've ever seen that has a cancer you can boss around, much less stage four. I've
Hmm.
never seen that.
You
I
know
mean,
what? It breaks
But
my
you've never
heart.
seen a unicorn.
no.
But here's the thing. Like one of my friends, I think I told everyone that she had leukemia. She still worked her night shift
Wow.
and did her pill. She took a pill. Then her
Right.
insurance took away the pill. She couldn't afford it. She took another one and passed away. But
Wow.
she worked to the very end.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Jerry is progressing. You can tell just in the last 6 months, a year ago, I can see a little bit more deterioration in her.
But do you think it's
I mean, she's not
deterioration
moving at
from the
all.
cancer or because of she's not moving, so all her muscles just are
I think
lacking so much?
I think it's the combination.
Combination.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
I
know, I
don't
mean,
have
she's
a
got a
medical
lot of strikes
background
going against
either.
her. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people with cancer don't have diabetes. So, you know,
Yeah.
Your
you're
thing keeps going
fighting,
off.
huh?
Is you? I was asking Joni if Mike was texting her again.
Huh?
The little
No.
ding.
No. Huh?
Oh, I forgot to tell you,
I'm
Joni.
I
muting.
know he has COVID, you guys. So
Oh,
Oh
poor
man.
Oh
guy.
no, listen, I forgot to
he's
tell you,
down with
Joni.
fever right now. What?
You're gonna die.
What?
The other night, I was sitting there listening to the live, and I don't know, remember which one it was, but you was talking about somebody named Mike,
Oh no.
your
Yeah.
friend Mike,
Yeah.
and I don't know. The next day, he come in there and he was like, something's been bothering me or something like that. I was like, what? What's going on? He's like, well, I heard you talking and about
Oh
somebody named same. Was you talking about me? He
no.
thought your voice was mine.
Oh no. Oh,
Poor guy.
I
that's great.
know. I
That's his
forgot to tell you
name,
about
right?
that. Oh
So
my god.
that is so funny. Right?
And he
Oh,
said,
Question.
he said, I kept playing in my mind. Well, how would they know me?
and why would they be talking about me?
Right. And
No,
then he,
yeah, we're not talking
yeah.
about.
It's like, no, honey, we're not talking about any. It's one of her friends.
He is
And he's
looking
not
for
even
a
going to tell
lady,
us
you guys.
price, man.
He does need a new woman. I want. She's going to need to be able to be really sassy to put up with him, and probably live somewhere in the southern, you know, somewhere near.
Arlene.
So, but yeah,
Oh,
and
Arlene would be too much for
younger
him.
men. She does like younger men. uh,
Arlene gets wild now.
yes, I know.
She
I
goes
love
to
it.
them parties.
She's inspiring to me. I'm hoping she'll be inspiring to Sally because, I mean,
I
Sally
love
doesn't have
hearing
to
her
go the Arlene
stories.
route, but you know what I mean. She's going to have a great time socializing. And again, Jerry, that's something that you guys can do too. I hope you'll get excited about this. Remember, twice before Jim has gotten excited about moving, but the thing, the difference was the person who makes the big decisions wasn't 100% about how things were going to happen. Now she knows she wants to do this. She's, adamant that it's going to happen. It's time. And so you guys, this is when you should really get excited because it really is going to happen. And so tomorrow, get on the phone with Section 8. Do what Dee said and find out about that free phone because she needs to cut that cord on the phone too. I mean, you guys need to do this. And with your diagnosis, as unfortunate as it is, there's all sorts of help that you can get. And none of us think you should, you know what I mean? None of us would be like, oh, you shouldn't take part in that. Go for it, Jerry. You have this diagnosis. Get the help that comes with it. If you need a ride to things, I really hope that Jim doesn't have to miss his appointments anymore. That's not okay. He needs to go to his appointments. Don't schedule them on the same day. I mean, you should want him to see everybody that he can for his health as well. What happens if something happens to him?
Exactly.
Yeah. And Jim really does need to see a therapist. I mean, that would help him. It needs to be an in-person
I know.
therapist
I
who
think
will,
he would have if his wife would have encouraged him.
right.
But instead, she discouraged him. She sent him on a little, okay, we'll do it later, or somebody talk to somebody in my family, whatever. But that never happened.
I
Okay.
mean, this
And
is
if
Now
it did, why
remember,
would you want to talk to somebody's family? We need a professional.
And Jerry, here's
Remember,
the deal. You know he's not going to leave you. Okay. So we're not trying to get him to leave you.
Oh
Diane, have you
no.
ever tried to get them to have a divorce? No. Nobody. But here's something you haven't tried before. Okay. I haven't seen you try it. Why don't you, instead of it seems like tearing him down, look at his appearance from 4 years ago to now? If that is not aging, that is drastic. Instead of tearing him down emotionally and just running him through the mill every 5 minutes, calling on him to do something for you, build him up, make him feel good about himself. And you know deep down that when you say things like, I'm not complaining, now, Jim, please don't get offended by this, but, and then you proceed to throw him under the bus. Those things, words hurt. They just do. And he's like, it's like he's a shell of a man. What I'm trying to get at is, what you haven't tried is seeing how much better your life and how much better you would feel if you had a husband who was happy about himself.
what I wanted to bring up was a while back when Jim was hospitalized. I don't want to too personal. Um, and Jerry brought him on the live, turned all comments off,
Right.
and Jim got maybe 3 to 5 minutes of explaining things, and Jerry turned it around like, shame on him. It was difficult on me. And then
Yeah.
it was brought up that they needed to go to marriage counseling. And then it was brought up that Jerry refused to call, that Jim had to. Jim called, Jerry refused to go. So I don't see her going to go to any type of counseling, to be honest with you.
And that, in my opinion, the reason why is because she knows that a counselor would say, okay, you have far too much control over this relationship. It is not at all healthy for Jim to wait on you. You need to get an aide. If you are that unable to do anything, you need to get an aide. You just do. It's not good for him mentally or emotionally.
What happened to their aid?
She
I
was
don't know.
supposed
Weren't
to
they
get one in
supposed
the
to get?
beginning of the school year.
Yes.
Get an aide, Jerry, and actually get one that's authentic. Like get one through a company. I mean, it's unfortunate that, like Finney said it so well about dealing with rules and stuff like that. I'm not one who deals well with rules either. I don't like that kind of thing. I like to be my own boss. But adulting is adulting. You just have to. That's part of. We have to pay our bills whether we
Yeah,
want
but
to or not.
we knew that years ago. They're in their 50s.
Right. That's
How
why
are
we're
they going to
saying,
do it?
well,
You
I
know
mean,
what?
that if they wait till Sally's gone, then you're really going to run yourselves into the ground. Go ahead,
In
Fed. I'm
Vox,
No,
I'm
Sally's
I'm
going.
like it
Period.
breaks my heart. Hold on one sec. Let me take a break. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
hold on.
Something breaks her heart. She's just going to
Oh,
take a break. So
Well,
Okay.
okay.
Jim
Okay.
cried for help the first time and
Yep.
he
yeah,
ended up in the hospital. The second time, he may never show those signs. She
Yep.
will never know if it's that time again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So, really, she needs to cut down on this attitude and the way she controls him because, yeah, he went to the hospital one time for that, but the
Thank goodness
second,
he came home.
Yeah.
right, the second time, he might not even say anything. She may just find him.
Yeah.
because that was a cry for help.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It was.
And it
Yep.
became about her afterwards. And
And
Jerry,
she made him feel bad that
yeah.
he
Yeah.
had to get up and do something.
I know of one sub that you lost that day who tried to hang on, Jerry. She tried to hang on. And at that point, she was just so disgusted over quite a few things. And that was the final straw for her. And I will never forget, I would listen to you guys when I was doing different things. And on that day, I literally was beyond, I just stopped what I was doing.
Me
And I
too.
was just shocked beyond belief. I thought, my God, does she care for him at all?
Why?
Does
Why would she even have aired it? Why?
Why, Jerry?
all she cared about was that he wasn't there to do things for her.
She had to get up and make her own meal, but
It
she
was
survived. She didn't get to
appalling.
eat much.
It was
But
appalling.
do you remember he came back and the kitchen was full of dishes and such?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
and
and
she was eating
stress.
his food off his tray.
Yes, at the
oh,
hospital. She visited him once.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the high point of
The
the
one
visit there
time.
to the hospital was the food.
Yeah,
And he was
the
eating
which
good.
is gross, I'm sure.
But you guys, if you remember, one of the things that sent him into this, spin where he ended up there was his, we all have different things that annoy us in the home. And one of his was the dishes at that time.
Yeah.
Y'all, I don't care if I had to crawl over broken glass that was on fire. I would make sure there were no dishes for him when he came in after going through, you know what I mean? I mean, we want to be very, we don't want to, we're trying to be careful of what we say, but you know what I mean.
I
What
know.
and Fetta's right, y'all. I have 3 people in my family that this has happened to, and it's extended family, but one is kind of close, and they went through with it. They succeeded. They're not here anymore, and it is devastating. I promise you, everyone around after that spends the rest of their life saying, "What did I not see? What could I have done differently?" It's devastating.
Yeah.
So, it's so true that you have a chance to not get him to this point, and there are so many of us that are worried that you're going to push him over the edge again. It might not be
No,
that, it might be a heart attack. I mean,
nobody should be pushed over the edge like that. Nobody.
Well,
yeah,
you're right though, Vox. His genealogy dictates that that is a problem in their family.
right. He's
Isn't that his dad? I mean,
yes,
he made it to what, his 50s? Well,
yes.
Jim's there.
Well, and she's already older than her mom was. So with her
Ooh.
comorbidities alone, Jerry, we really do want you to care more about yourself. We would
Yes.
love for you to, like Diane says, to want to do something for yourself. I've told you before, I'm one of those people who doesn't like to leave the house sometimes. I really am. And once I get out, I am so glad I left. It's just if I'm home, it's easier to, nowadays it's so easy. You can shop, you can do almost everything from home. You can even do doctor visits from home. But there are things that you need to get out. Jim needs to get out of the house, Jerry. Even if you think it's okay for you, he is deteriorating. He is a shell of what he was 4 years ago.
Yeah. And so is Sally.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Sally, I mean, that's what'll make me cry is
I
I
know.
really have been worried that we're gonna read, we're gonna get on one morning and Jerry's gonna have made a post or something about Sally because she's not eating. She's not, y'all, this is awful. I mean, so for her yesterday to tell us this, it felt like Christmas. I was in tears yesterday when she announced that. I was like, what did we just read? That
Right.
I mean, this is a good thing, Jerry. This is a good thing for everybody. It will mean some very big changes. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and say it, with your personality disorder, I think this is very extremely scary, but you can get through this. You're a smart person. If you will buckle down tomorrow, get on the phone, do these things. There are so many resources. We'll send them to you. I'll spin the spoons. I will send you some of the resources we've looked up. Diane can tell you more about the what is it about the free phone thing.
Yeah.
Do these things and
But
do
she also should have counselors like through because she has cancer, caseworkers. They will help her with all this. That's all she has to reach out to.
yes, right.
You
Yeah,
can't tell me she doesn't have caseworkers, social workers. She
yeah,
has to. She has
She
state
does.
full.
She has a worker that handles her case at the Health and Human Resources in Missouri that
So I don't get it.
she got her EBT and Medicaid from. She already has someone in place.
yes. But it's taking the step to use it. So we don't know what the resistance is, Jerry, to not wanting to do anything hygiene wise and that kind of thing. I've looked that up trying to figure out, is that some sort of mental thing? Is it depression? I do believe you're extremely depressed, Jerry, and none of us joke about that. That is concerning.
Serious.
It's very serious.
But
I
she
believe.
doesn't blame it on depression. She blames it on that she wasn't taught that when she was younger.
Right.
Okay, you're putting that on your mom who's no longer present, number one. Number two, as we grow,
Yes.
we know what we need to do in life. We
Right.
don't repeat, we make things better than what you know what I mean? We try to do better than what we family was prior. We try to build ourselves.
And then ironically, this month is the national.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jerry, think about it. You've done miserable Jim, where you've had him around and he's been angry and miserable. If you know he's not going to leave you, why don't you want to have an empowered Jim? Which is Jim with a part-time job, or if it's not a part-time job, if you
His
insist,
channel.
yes, something, get him to insist that he see a therapist and don't take him away from it. I think you're terrified that the therapist is going to say, well, you need to change this and you need to change that, and you won't like that. But here's the deal, Jerry. He loves you. He's so empathetic. He's going to work with you. He'll be cooperative. But if he's a happier man, you will be happier. You just won't let him get there because your need to control is so strong. I wish you could see that. I mean, you
Yeah.
control everything. Everything. I mean, we think it's so important that Jim get his own bank account, that Jim learn to do the books, that Jim learn to do. Jerry, if you're no longer here, he needs to know how to do his checking, his bank account. That's what a loving wife would want him to do, you know? That that's just true.
I
We're all
suggest Sally do all the teaching for
yeah,
Jim.
And that's what Sally's doing right now by doing
Teach him how
this.
to do it, and don't
She's
even
teaching
listen to
them,
her.
now it's time.
Yes.
This is
Yeah,
what
And
she's
she.
teaching them. She has to.
it makes me proud.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Sally, and I hope you'll be proud of her, Jerry. Don't tear her down. Build her up too. These are both people who've done everything for you for 3 years now. So let's do some gratitude for them. It feels good to be gracious and to have gratitude for others. The things we're doing for your mother-in-law, it feels so good to do for her. Now we don't know yet how we're spending that money, but we have it set aside and we want to bless her. It feels good. You don't have to have money to bless others, right?
No.
Right. Crafting
Nope.
Queen, I
Yeah.
love your comment. I don't want to hear about any retribution on Sally.
Amen. Because we are going
So
to
if you're
rally
listening,
her.
Jerry, you better leave her alone.
Yeah. And we know, Jerry, your go-to is
We're
manipulation.
watching you.
And I got to tell you, you are an expert, a black belt, an Olympian. You are the gold medalist. I mean, this is your thing. You are
That
very good.
that's why I think it's going to work out, because everything always works out for her.
Yeah.
And I hope it does for Jim's sake.
Right. And that's why I'm saying channel this into something good, Jerry. Use
Exactly.
Yeah.
those negotiating skills when you're on the phone with Section 8. I don't know if you heard me the other night, the
Mm-hmm.
baby, our foster baby, one of the foster babies we had, her
Uh-huh.
mom got a 3-bedroom Section 8 home. Now she had 4 children, so that's very different where they needed a home that big, but they're not all apartments, Jerry. You might could get a 1-bedroom home. You might could get,
But why would she want anything but an apartment with
right.
stage
Because
4
at a home,
cancer? I
they're
don't
going to
get
have to
it.
mow the lawn and take care of things.
All
That's
that
struggle.
upkeep.
And
Yeah.
then you know, as time goes and Jim's there by himself, then
Mhm.
Jim can handle that. I mean,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I mean,
but
and
leaving him with the mortgage is absurd.
please don't do that, Jerry. I'm not worried really because just do not think a mortgage there's any way that they can get one. Y'all, people with good
No,
credit.
they're not going to get one.
My friend's kids the other day,
No, they're
in
not.
their early 20s, and they both are, going to one's about to go graduate school. They just tried to get a mortgage and
It's
they got
hard.
down. They have great credit. They hadn't even been alive long enough to really have bad
Mhm.
credit. They're in their 23 and 24 is how old they are. And they have good credit. They just don't have enough credit. That's what they were told. They don't have enough credit yet. And they don't have enough of a down payment. It's very hard. I mean, and they
So
both
they'll want a co-signer.
yeah, and and both of them have stable jobs. I don't know with mortgages. I'm curious if
But
Jim
I
gets his
think after the
disability.
equities met, isn't it that they can like redo it to take the co-signer off of it?
I don't know, but
Yeah, I
please,
think so.
Sally to co-sign for anything would be disastrous.
No, no, she definitely does not.
I
I'm
believe
just
that
talking
is
about in
Jerry's
general.
goal, but that would be disastrous. I would be
I don't
devastated
think she
if he
would do
did
that.
that
Where
because
is Sally?
I don't know. I haven't seen her.
I
Um,
haven't seen her. She's not in the chat.
Tasha sent me something. I want to read this. A narcissist is a person of many words initially, but never a person of their word. They will paint the future you've always dreamed of, but deliver a nightmare you must recover from. This is not love.
No, it's the opposite of love. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, well, for some reason, she still has Jim wrapped around her little finger.
I,
yeah.
And always will.
Pro-
don't you?
more
That's all
than
he
likely.
knows. That's all
Yeah.
the man knows.
Yeah. I mean, he's been under her for 20 years now,
Yeah.
and there is a very real pattern that we see every time that he starts to get any courage or to speak out in any
He
manner.
owes her his life for teaching him how to drive.
That is the
I mean,
crazy.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's all go Team Jerry right now.
Yeah, which is fine, but again, I don't think you're happy with him like that. You're always saying how he needs to do this or that better. None of us are perfect, but try building up Jim. Again, that's something you've never done. You've never had a happy Jim. I've never seen a happy Jim. The happiest any of us ever saw Jim was when you were in Texas for a long time. I don't say that to be mean.
Me too.
Truth.
Well,
You're
and
right.
the thought that he was actually going to get to move to Colorado,
Yes.
which
Oh, yeah.
was
Oh, I'm
really,
talking
I
about.
believe, I'll always stand on that. That was just something to dangle in front of him to get him back in line.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it worked.
and we all know
Hey, it worked.
That's just like with the camping and all the money that was spent on the
Yes, the
camping gear. You know
RV.
what?
It
Sell
just
that
kept
on
him
Facebook.
calm.
Get some money.
Right. Well, I mean, I hope that we will hear that because, and here's the other thing, Jerry, is I really want to make this clear. I'm kind of embarrassed. I haven't done this before. Now I'm just now thought of it. Maybe one of you guys have. Sally isn't in Discord trashing you. Sally actually is, she's not only done all these things for you, but she really always looks for ways to defend you or to try, you know what I mean? She's not in there vilifying you.
Yes, I
That's
agree.
another thing you need to know about her. She is not in there vilifying you. So,
No.
and you may think that we're in there vilifying you or that that's what we're doing right now. But I got to tell you, if I was in your situation, I truly would pray for a group of women like this that would do that. If whatever it would take to shake me out of whatever it is where you're insisting to fight for this life on the sofa and for Jim to wait on you every second and for Sally to be tied to you
Could
for
you imagine having a sickness or, doing this and having this community stand behind you? That would
yeah.
be awesome. But she don't see the good in it.
No, she doesn't.
She
And
sees only the bad.
I wish my daddy would have had it.
oh, that's a
I
great
mean,
Mona.
yeah,
That's
Queen, do
great.
you want in?
Yeah, I told her I'll switch out because I know we're not going to.
Yeah, I can
I
get
don't
out
mind
too.
too.
No, Mona, you stay because you've got more insight. I don't. All right, so Queen, switch
Well,
out.
I don't mind to go.
Out. No, I'm taking myself out. Hopefully, she'll come back in.
Well, come back. I'll stay for a little bit longer, then you can come back. Go take you a pee break and
You know how she is. She's probably gonna go get her snack.
yes, I hear that chip bag going.
I know her and that chip
Yeah,
bag.
I'm gonna be ending it soon anyways, because this is a long one for me and I've moved 3 times.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
She said a pee break for
Yeah.
Cheetos.
Let's
So
Yeah,
let me go ahead and kind of end
see
it.
what
So
Queen has to say.
yeah.
Let's see your input.
Oh,
Come
here she
back,
is.
Let's
Queen.
hear your input.
There she is.
There she is.
Queen.
Hey, Queen.
I say if I hear any bullshit about
There's
punishment
my
of
girl.
Sally, it's not going to be good.
You've got an echo going on, honey.
That's her power right there.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Nope, it stopped.
You stopped. I think it was the delay on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, okay, I got straightened out. Sorry.
Nope.
But I better not hear anything about anybody coming after Sally, which way or another.
Right. Right.
You
trying
heard
to
that directly
manipulate
from the
it.
queen.
Oh shit.
It's just
Oh,
respect your elders. I mean, you're blessed to have that person in your
Okay.
life.
I think I got screwed up again.
Nope, you're good. We can hear
Oh
you.
boy.
We hear you.
We hear you.
Can you hear her? Oh, she left.
she left us.
At least
Yeah.
she got her point across.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Don't talk
guys,
no
I
bull.
on that note, I am going to end it. This 2.5 hours, and I
Okay.
hope
Damn, that
that
went by quick.
that they that Jerry doesn't see it as mean, that she sees it as there would be people here helping if she would have just not been so mean all the time. Not, I'll never get over it, and I know I'm repetitive, but just using that topical ointment, saying that her dentist told her or ENT to put it in her mouth. No, that's you've done and said so many things, and you said, "Oh, I never blocked her. I didn't want her. My mods did it." Jerry, how many times did I have to show that? Just
Yeah.
be honest. There's no reason to lie.
Why lie about something like that? Honestly, I'm not putting Diane down, but I mean, if you didn't want her in your chats or making comments, and you felt that there was a need to block her, then so be it.
Right.
But just be honest about it. I don't want that lady over here. There's no shame in that,
No.
actually. But to continually lie, oh, I never blocked her. And I'm sure this will be another thing you'll throw on Jim because you actually told him to do it.
To delete her.
Yeah, just delete her.
But she bought the bitch be gone candle, and
Yeah,
I
But
blew
it
her
was
flame
right
out.
there for everyone to see. Like, how do you lie about something like that?
right. Oh, well, it's Jim's fault.
Silly.
And I'm sure it's Jim's fault.
It's just
Yeah.
silly, guys.
Yeah, it
But
is.
it was nice having a live. Hopefully, we could do a live again, and we do need to get all together, 2 people at a time or whatever, opening their little Timu stuff.
Yes, yes. I can't wait to open mine.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Next week, or yeah, this week, not next week.
yeah, we could get that going, and Jody could have that on her channel. I just wanted to come live because I felt like I've been doing a lot of car vlogs. I've been talking about it, and I'm not being mean. I'm trying to give advice, like as far as you want an income, then let Jim put the grocery haul on his. Even though she does it, still put it on his channel. Let him get an income. Don't make him feel any less than. There's no reason for that.
I don't understand why he don't.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do a cooking video.
Right. They were both each going to have a video, grocery haul and a cook with me. Neither of them posted it. Neither of them.
No,
Just spend a couple
no
more spoons.
initiative. They have no initiative to do it.
No. And as much energy as it must have took her to get in that van to go to that doctor's appointment to cancel on the road, it's just
That's.
I'm at a loss.
Mm.
I'm at a loss.
Are you getting a cold? Chatty wants to know.
No,
Diane.
I got a little upset with the whole gym thing with Feta and
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Sorry
sorry.
about that.
No, I'm a very emotional person on that as well. So y'all know I cried over a fake person who passed away. So hello.
That was
Yeah,
sad.
But you didn't
yeah.
know they were fake.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
No,
So
that was.
Well, the that I can't. I'm not sure if I even say that, but ending your life, it's it
serious.
hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it hurts everyone around
Yep.
you. So Jerry, change your ways now. Because
I
if
do
you
want
go,
Jim to know you matter enough to us that I don't ever want to hear about something like that again. Ever. So
yeah.
all right. Got me going, girl.
First it was my feedback. Now it's my tears.
Oh
Sorry,
my
Diane.
You're good. You're good. But anyways, guys, so I'm gonna end it now. I want to thank everyone for joining. It's been fun, and we'll have to do it again real soon.
Okay.
Well, thanks
All
for
right,
having
guys.
Thank
it,
you.
All
Diane.
right.
Hey,
Bye.
Good
thanks for
Thank
night,
you.
showing up,
everybody.
guys.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
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 Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets, onto my feet. Another cup of coffee and me, that's what I need. My eyes puffy, I can't see. I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Ay, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's sated. I feel hated, I feel hatred. I'm lost deep in my mind that I've created. I have dreams where my life is devastated. Feel so real that I wake up shaking. Need thicker skin cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they got a lot. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, what am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night. Yeah, I can't think straight, need the light. Oh,